Hello and welcome to the Skies of ARDATHAS, our Tuesday night Dungeons & Dragons stream. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. When last we left our heroes, we began last session with a Scrag chase, where the party was chasing an aquatic troll through the Arbron Lake, and some calamity ensued as they went through razor kelp and swarms of quippers and a flock of ducks at one point, which was very exciting. They ended up defeating the Scrag before it reached its destination, which was a Scrag den that Squall discovered at the bottom of the lake. So they took some time to both block the entrance, or at least this entrance to the Scrag den, hoping that they bought themselves some time and kept the Scrags from harassing the local fishermen for a little while. And then also took some time to carve out the Scrag and extract its heart, which we have learned does a couple different things, but most notably, with some time and some crafting checks, can be imbued into a suit of mundane armor to create armor of regeneration, which is pretty exciting. So the next time that the players get an opportunity to create that, I think they're going to be fighting over who gets it. We'll see. But from there, everyone says no. All right, I guess.
I'm a barbarian. What do I need with that?
I've already claimed it, so I don't like.
But from there, they then went to the village of Stag Hollow, where they spent the night in the tavern, asked some questions about the local area, and also looked at or discovered that Stag Hollow was dealing with their own issues from goblins and ogres coming from a broken watchtower that was once manned by Stag Hollow militia, but has since come under the control of the goblinoids. The party learned, or rather Celsia learned, and then the party through Celsia, learned that someone of particular import, a higher level adventurer, we'll say, went missing in and around the area, and they know that that person went to the Broken Tower when they were last seen by the folks at Stag Hollow. And so they decided to take a quick detour. They fought some goblins and an ogre who laid an ambush for them that was started off pretty effective, but the players were able to swing it around in their favor and rout the goblins, sending most of them back to the Broken Tower and defeating the ogre. They learned that there's more than just goblins and ogres. They all swear loyalty to someone who commands the tower named Guldrak, and Guldrak in turn swears loyalty to another boss at the Fortress of Rocknock, which is a little further west, quite a distance actually over the mountains. And they know that Celsia went to the Broken Tower and then brokered some sort of deal with the Guldrak to then head towards Rocknock.
Celeste did, not Celsia.
Yeah.
Celsia.
Sorry, Celeste. Thank you very much. Yes, not Celsia. Celeste did. Celsia, hit with this information, has decided to hang out by the Broken Tower to keep an eye on goblin activity and see what more information she can learn, while the rest of the party took a detour and headed more west towards Grixbyrg, their original destination. They know that they'll have to ford the river to get there, and they're hoping to learn some more about the Leybridges and maybe uncover some information as to why Tower Island crashed down, as happened in our very first session. And that was where we left off, was with the party. Well, the party decided to split in the break between episodes, since we don't have Max here with us tonight. And so we're beginning with you all heading towards Grixbyrg through the forest. I'll move us to the regional map of Corwin. And is there anything that you all wanted to take care of or get underway during your travels?
I guess I hand out 3 of the like micro torch things, the little infused light producing objects.
Okay, I can see
5 and 5 for bright light, dim light.
Okay.
Yay.
Yeah. But that just takes a minute or two.
Sure. All right. Well, traveling from where you were essentially at the Broken Tower, and so then traveling to Grixbyrg is going to take a couple days, traveling through the forest and then fording the river and then eventually into the hills outside of Grixbyrg. pull up my notes here. All right. The trip is fairly quiet for the most part. You don't run into any more goblinoids or see even any signs of them as you head further southwest. And you get to a point where, Squall, you would know that you're probably approaching the river at this point. When you hear a voice call out to you from ahead in the woods, a woman's voice, and she says, "Hold, travelers." And you see a human woman with red hair, and she's wearing what looks like a chain shirt and a traveling cloak, and she has a longbow strapped to her back. And she looks you all over, and she goes, "Awfully unexpected to run across a group such as yourselves out in the woods like this. May I ask what your intentions are, where you're heading?"
Yeah, you may ask.
Where are you heading, and what are your intentions?
No, we're just headed over to Grixbyrg.
Grixbyrg, really? And what brings you there?
Checking in on the Leybridge.
Are you of some authority of which I'm not aware that such would be in your responsibility?
My instinct to argue right now is immense.
It's sunset over the internet connection. It's just radiating.
I'm sorry, Case, I missed that. What was it?
Does she have a badge or anything?
You see a ring on her hand, but you're too far away to see what it signifies. But that's the only thing that you could see that might indicate some sort of stature.
What time is it?
It's like midday.
No, we do have a writ from the king, basically. I know it's more about supplies and whatnot, but I think that would also prove that we're on business with him, right?
It seems
So-
logical.
So yeah, I will say, yes, we're on business of the king. He asked us to take a look around.
She's like, apologies, I didn't realize that you were here by royal decree. She's like, before you proceed, I must ask, have you by chance run across any other travelers out here in the woods? I'm looking for I'm interested in figuring out where one of my companions has gone to.
Who is your companion?
Human man. Looks to be between, around 40 years. Clad in mail, last I saw, although he may have doffed that since I lost sight of him. He would be heading from Grixbyrg and presumably towards the village of Stag Hollow, but I'm not clear if that is his destination.
Which hex are we in?
You are in the one where BRO is, yeah.
Okay.
The bro hex.
The Bro Hex.
Hex, yeah.
Pop those cards.
We haven't run into anyone so far.
And this is
That-
probably the long way to Stag Hollow.
Yeah, where I'm from, going this long without introducing ourselves would give some people a heart attack. So I'm Zephyr, and I'll hold out my hand.
Give something. She nods. She's like, of course. She's like, Lady Jacqueline. She's like, apologies. I am too here on official business. I am a seeker of the Fulcrum. I was sent to find this man and return him to the Fulcrum.
She isn't like
Okay.
by any chance describing the mayor or anything, is she?
No, Lord Onan of Stag Hollow is.
Oh yeah, it was a dwarf.
It's a
Yeah.
dwarf.
Yep. And the name doesn't ring, or the description doesn't ring any bells for any of us.
Do we know what seekers are?
Seekers are there. Think of them like as ranger/inquisitors. Essentially, they're the people that the Fulcrum dispatches to hunt specific targets. Hunt
And then
being a unintentionally aggressive word.
And when I was asking earlier in the inn about Grixbyrg stuff, and they said that some people had been dispatched to search for
Not only that, but
whatever his name was. Was that the same type of people?
You would imagine that they would be seekers to do that, yep.
Mm-hmm. Does this have to do with the change of the guard?
She's like, it does. She goes, the one I'm looking for is a knight formerly in charge of Grixbyrg by the name of Sir Tulloch. The Fulcrum received a message from Sir Lawrence indicating that Tulloch was not of sound mind and should be brought back to the Fulcrum for questioning and further examination to determine if he's still fit to hold such a station. But he fled Grixbyrg when they attempted to apprehend him. And so we are here to try and locate him and return him to...
When she says we, I have a look around.
Give me a perception check. Oh, just enough. You
Get
see...
fucked, Nick.
You see 3 more cloaked individuals positioned around you so that she's in your way, and the other 3 are forming like the points of a compass, essentially. So there's one on each side. And they all have longbows. They're not drawn, but they have the longbows in hand, and they have arrows nocked.
I say in Primordial, the badger only dances if the robin asks thrice.
And she looks to the rest of the group, and she goes, I apologize. I'm not sure what he's saying.
I'm not sure either.
Yeah, don't mind him. He's a big fan of poetry.
Is something supposed to happen?
I like nod it. I like, just gesture at Zephyr to make sure. Well, I see if Zephyr understood the meaning.
Do I? Am I astute enough to understand that?
I mean, you can decide that, but if you want to leave it to dice, you can always roll an insight check.
Yeah, let's do that.
Come on, Ian.
We'll say DC 10.
Come on, Ian.
First dice roll of my game. 15.
There you go.
We got attacked by badgers on the road by surprise. We were attacked by badgers. Angry badgers. I've used that phrase to determine we're being ambushed ever since.
Thanks for letting the rest of the party know then.
I don't know the way to do that without getting argumentative with her.
Ian, how does Zephyr react now, knowing the significance of that statement?
I passed it on to Ian to let everybody else know.
I feel like Zephyr would just be direct about it and be like, well, we've gotten to know you a little bit, but it'd be great if we could get to know your friends a little bit as well.
And she nods, and then she looks up and signals to them, and they step out of hiding and into view, but they stay in their positions around you guys. And she goes, apologies. She's like, I didn't mean to come across as overly cautious. She's like, but you never can be too certain. She's like, these are my fellow seekers. That's Duron, Penley, and Tugrum.
Tig uncorks a bottle. Anybody want any mead?
She's like, appreciate the offer, but we're on duty.
So?
She goes, very well.
Your job's boring.
She's like, some days I may agree with you, but searching for someone like Sir Tulloch. Well, I if you haven't seen him and have no idea where he could be, then I won't.
We haven't. If we happen to run across him, is there a way we can get in contact with you?
We've been searching the wilderness around Grixbyrg for the last 3 days, and we will remain in this area for the next 10 days. Our hippogriffs are roosting at Grixbyrg, so we will return there when we are finished. You can leave a message with... She's like, you can leave a message with Sir Lawrence of Grixbyrg, and he will ensure that we receive it.
Hefte to the northeast. There is a former watchtower. He's been occupied for some time. Perhaps your quarry sought shelter there, or was taken there as captive.
That is, I have heard of the tower of which you speak. I would be surprised if Sir Talik sought refuge there, but taken as a captive is something I hadn't considered. Maybe we'll extend our...
Plan is forming.
I elbow. I think we're both in the middle, usually.
Sure.
Right? Or are you at the...
Yeah,
okay, so then I elbow you. If he said I have a plan for him.
No, but I don't say it out loud, but I immediately like, oh.
She's like, we'll extend our search to the northeast, and if we deem it necessary, we might extend our stay to further scout that tower. But she's like, but unfortunately, dealing with an infestation of goblinoids is beyond our concern at this present time.
Very well.
One last thing, since we're headed to Grixbyrg, and like we said, we're kind of checking in to see if there's anything weird with the Leybridge. It's kind of beyond me. My friends can tell you more. But since you've been there, have you noticed anything strange there that we should know about?
Roll me a persuasion check. I know you're not trying to be particularly persuasive,
Sure.
Just asking, but
This should go great. 7.
She goes, Grixbyrg has had its own share of troubles as of late, but those with the arrival of Sir Lawrence and the reinforcements from the Fulcrum, those have been dealt with. She goes, I assure you that it is safe and comfortable for you when you find it.
Okay, can I insight check that?
I'll take an insight check, yeah. Case, what was the question?
The Fulcrum has a presence beyond your dispatch in Grixbyrg.
Leybridges are commanded by Knights of the Fulcrum. Mm-hmm. Every Leybridge, regardless of the realm that it is on, is under the direct jurisdiction of the Fulcrum. They're integral to the safety of our realms, and so the Fulcrum ensures that they remain thus. Nice. You can tell. I mean, she's obviously
keeping her soul, right?
Yeah, she's obviously keeping something from you. You get a sense that it normally in this sort of situation, when you're dealing with someone of like an official, especially church-related position, you would almost expect information they keep from you to be something that they're ashamed of or something that they don't want to admit openly. You know, but you get a sense from her that it's more about there's still stuff that she's figuring out about it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. I'll keep that to myself for now.
Sure.
By any chance, you haven't heard what happened in Rockwing, have you?
She's like, we received word when before we left the Fulcrum of what transpired in Rockwing, and it's most catastrophic. I imagine that the king is employing, well, not to make a judgment of your relationship with His Highness, but employing mercenaries because of such events. I imagine that he wants to ensure that all of his realm is safe.
That is correct. Yeah, it actually was a little strange. We didn't see the Fulcrum in Rockwing.
What do you mean?
When it fell, there was no one in it.
I've heard of that as well. Unfortunately, I don't can't even begin to guess why that was. Why soldiers and knights of the Fulcrum would abandon their post as such. Makes no sense to me.
Sorry, that's my insight.
You believe her.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you have
She
no
goes,
further questions, we wish to be about our business.
She goes, of course. My apologies for delaying you as long as I have, and I wish you best fortune on your travels ahead.
Thank you. Same to you.
And then she collects her seekers, and they head off into the woods, the direction from which you came. And you all make your way to the river, to the spot marked on the map where there is a known fording position. There are marker stones on either side of the river as well. It's wide and shallow and slow here, so you're able to cross it without much difficulty.
It's filled with enough jam that we can cross.
Yes, yeah, the river has been jammed, luckily.
I'm just glad you haven't brought up the Oregon Trail graphics.
But you make it across to the other side. It is, it's, by the time you get to the river, it's probably like sunset. And then when you cross, like, and you're on the other side, you're looking at probably after dark by this point. So do you want to continue through the night, or do you want to make camp?
I think make camp, really.
Yeah, I think it's
Yeah.
Okay.
One person can see. Yeah.
Let's have another night fight.
All right. So who's keeping watch?
Can do a first watch. Okay, we'll do first watch together. Yeah.
Like second watch, since it's always the annoying one.
Are we sleeping by the river, right?
It's up to you. There's the tree cover is obviously less around the ford, but it doesn't, like, you can probably go 20 feet and then you're in the thick of the woods again. So you can stay within sight and earshot of the ford and still be in cover of trees if you wanted.
I mean, we aren't trying to be super stealthy, right?
No.
Sure.
We have nothing to hide.
So I say we just
I think Squall
make
wants
it.
to sleep in the water.
Oh, sure.
Where all the scrags are. Cool.
The deep water scrags. This is not deep water.
This is all fresh water, right?
Yes.
I said deep water.
I said fresh water.
Who's the
Scrags are fresh
here?
water.
Me or you? How many times have you fought a scrag, Areshka? How many? Tell me.
The same amount you have.
A lie, sir, madam.
All right. So I'll take perception checks from our first watch.
Yeah, are we doing 3 or 2 watches? Sorry.
Oh,
I assume 3, but I don't know.
17.
So I guess I'll be third watch on my own. Is that what it is?
okay.
I can do that.
You're
No,
good,
I
Yeah, I'm really good at it. I make sure the fire is nice and bright on my watch. But this is still first watch, right?
That was first watch. Yep, that passes without incident. I'll take a perception check from Tig for second.
Hey, double digits. Awesome.
does gameplay happen?
No, so no, we'll go third watch.
No gameplay. Okay.
No gameplay.
Save versus gameplay.
Ooh.
Hell yeah.
Nice. Well, the night passes without incident.
Push that
And-
gameplay button.
Y'all succeeded your saves, so according to Dave. You get through the woods the next day, continuing to travel, and you get into the open hills near the base of the mountains. The mountains are rising up pretty high, near to where you are. And after a short distance, you can see the tower that is Grixbyrg, the Leybridge. And you can see from a distance the light of the Soul Stone in its topmost level. shining like they always have, that you've always seen, signifying that it's active, and you don't see any weird coloration or anything like that. It looks as normal as it ever has. Once you get out of the forest and into the hills, there's a little bit of a walking path that leads up to the entrance to Grixbyrg. And then you can also see that that top level also has openings for where hippogriff mounts would land with riders from the Fulcrum. But you make your way up to the doors, which are shut. And what do you do?
What time of day is it?
This would be about midday. Irashka knocks.
Sure.
Okay. Irashka knocks on the doors, and then they're pulled open. And a human dressed in mail is there, and he looks you all over, and he's like, "Come to pay respects to the dead."
What?
So you would know that the Leybridges, since this is where the souls of the dead are brought to feed the Leybridge, that people who, like, it'd be the equivalent of visiting a gravestone, except for there is no gravestone. So sometimes folk from around the countryside would come and visit a Leybridge. It's like a public place that, for the most part, they can. They're not allowed, obviously, into every part of the structure, but that would where they would come and pay their respects. So
Rashka doesn't blink. Yes.
he's like, "All right," and he steps aside and he opens the door. The entryway, the bottom floor, has a tall ceiling. You're looking at about 20 feet. And then the main hallway, right off of the entryway, there's statues of individuals. They don't, well, okay, there's statues, but they're not of individuals. They're more like of general people. Like they don't have facial features or anything like that. And you can see that there are candles and flowers that are set at the base of each one. One of them represents, the statue looks like a farmer. They're holding a scythe, and they have a fishing pole over their shoulder. One of them looks more like a soldier, and the other one looks almost like a nobleman or a regal person of some sort with long robes and rings.
Goody, the caste system.
Essentially. And so the man steps aside so you can enter, and then he walks over and goes into a different room. From this entry hall, I can just move us to another map, actually. Let's just do that. Boop. Let me move a couple things around before we get in there. But from this entry hall, there is, you see there's a much larger, like a great hall where the soldiers and the folk who are manning the Leybridge would take their meals. And then there's a couple of doors leading off to other rooms. And then finally a set of stairs that head up to the levels above. Bear with me, my computer is chugging.
So when we pass the statue of the soldier, Tig lays a coin at its feet and seems to say a prayer under its breath.
Nice.
Squall like whispers to Zephyr, "I was expecting a town. Is this not a town?"
I don't know what this is. That's what I was expecting as well.
It's more like a catacomb, right?
Well, it's like a fortification. It's like a tower. It's a structure. So in other realms, villages and towns would build up around Leybridges, but this one in particular, for whatever reason, has remained largely on its own. All right, I'm moving us over. Finally got you all on the map. And I know that I have, whatever you call it, dynamic lighting active because everything's going slow. Yep, there we go. Perfect. So the entryway is south of your guys' current position. That's like the foyer. And then
these are the three shrines?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Irynyx just kneels down and grabs a tool out of her bag. It's gonna throw out detect magic.
Oh, sure.
It's going to take a couple of minutes to prep it, so she'll just be like muttering to herself while she gets it ready.
Okay. What are the so Tig is at a shrine. And Irynyx is at a shrine. What are the rest of you doing?
Huh? No, I just kneel down to myself to deal with my stuff.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yep.
So there's just shrines around, but this is not actually like where the lay activity is, or is it?
That would be upstairs.
Okay.
Should we tell someone?
Let's see. And there's how many shrines around?
3.
There are three. Where you are.
I labeled them.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, I think Zephyr just doesn't really like this place, but he's more curious about seeing the actual lay area.
The people in the Great Hall. The one with the green cloak is the guy who let you in. Again, he's dressed like a watchman. And then there's someone in robes who is at the other end of or further in the Great Hall, who looks up and watches you guys come in and kind of watches Tig and Arashka for a moment, and then turns around and takes out a tome and is reading into that.
Do they look like they're like a religious person, or?
Yeah, you would recognize them as wearing vestments or not necessarily vestments, but they're dressed like they're a member of the Church of the Divine Engine.
Game recognized game.
Just nod at each other.
Sup?
Yeah.
What's up here?
Stairs.
Those are the stairs leading up to the level above.
And there's nothing. There's no like. It's not like roped off or.
Not that you can see, no.
Okay.
So Squall, you head up, and I'm not going to move us to the upstairs map because it goes up to a landing, and you see there's two more doors. There's one heading south, and there's one on it'd be the west wall. And there's 2 guards there, dressed in mail, they have swords on their belts. And as soon as you come up the stairs, they're like, "Oh, upper levels are off limits unless you're here on Fulcrum business."
We have been sent by the King of Rockwing.
Of this,
Check
not just
farm.
Rockwing. But
And they kind of look at each other, and one of them's like, "Well, this is Fulcrum territory, so we would need a writ of passage by the king himself."
I hold up the requisition thing.
And he takes it and looks at it, and he's like, "So the king paid you? This isn't a writ of passage."
I need an adult.
Is my spell done being cast?
Yes,
Can I move
yeah.
around? Okay. I follow him up the stairs.
Okay. You're getting a lot of magic in this area. Most of it is abjuration. But
I think we're kind of combining identify and detect magic. That's probably fine, though. It's stupid that they're separate functions.
I mean, detect magic tells you the school, doesn't it?
I think it just tells you it's magic. I think identifies.
You learn the School of Magic, if any.
Yeah.
Oh, you did. Okay. No, thank you. Yeah,
a lot is there.
yeah. That's great. Okay. Why does identify exist then? Okay.
Identify tells you the specific abilities of items and stuff.
Whatever.
Yeah. There's nuance, okay?
Yeah,
You can't just cast one spell. All right, anyway. No, you're getting a lot of abjuration magic. And then when you head upstairs through the door to the south of that landing, you're sensing a lot of transmutation magic.
king has sent us to investigate your Leybridge after the one in Rockwing collapsed.
Roll me a... That would be a deception check.
No, he did send us.
No, he didn't.
What?
Okay, I'm sorry. You may think he did because of what Arashka said.
If you believe it, then it's true.
Yeah. It's
That's
true.
true. Okay.
Deceive someone if I think it's true. Surely
So
I'm
then
not
roll me a persuasion check.
Come on.
making a liar out of me. I don't believe this. Oh fuck! It's the same thing. I clicked.
Oh, well, okay. Okay. Because you roll performance. I see.
Yeah.
One of them is like, well, he's like, rules are rules. We need a writ of passage. And the other one's like, I mean,
Are you going
If
to
the-
argue? No shit. Fuck.
The functionality of the Leybridge collapsed. You have to make sure that a similar incident will not occur here. You have an obligation to your fellow inhabitants of
We have
Grixbyrg.
brought a renowned Leybridge technician all the way from Rockwing.
I mean, that's a deception check.
That is
But,
Yeah,
Um,
what? Yeah, it's a good thing they can't see my people's fucking dialect. No fucking way.
So, okay, so the one that has been addressing you is like, that was a bad situation. And then the guy next to him is like, if they're here to undermine our ability to keep watch and keep this functioning, he's like, we need a writ of passage from the king himself. We can't take word. Otherwise,
We're here to assist.
no assistance necessary. Now, back
Are you going
downstairs.
to tell the king that?
He can come here and I'll tell him, yes.
Tower full of disintegrated guards and Rockwing would beg to differ.
And he's like, I don't know what happened to Tower Island and Rockwing, but I do know that Grixbyrg has been safe and secure. That has been seen to.
That is what
our
everyone in
job.
Rockwing believed as well.
Back downstairs.
Wow, we got a real job's worth here.
Okay.
Well, what are we gonna?
I think you're going to have to forcibly deviate us from our mission.
Okay, I'm gonna pause us there, and I'm gonna go back downstairs to the PCs who are down there. So, Tig, Zephyr.
Tig is going to go into the open area here,
Mhm.
grab a seat. Anybody want a drink?
And the guy who let you in is like, he looks around a little bit and he's like, well, we don't, I can offer you, we have some ale, I guess.
Oh no, I have my own.
Go,
I'm
then
asking
go right
if
ahead.
anybody
Sir.
wants to drink with me.
No, thank you. I'm on duty.
So, church doesn't tell you that you can't.
Well, the church has very strict rules about when you can partake in such activities.
Oh, I'm aware. I was a soldier for them. Am sometimes.
Oh, I wish I had such freedom to determine my own goals as you.
There's not much freedom in the life of gestures at the metallic body.
And he's like, I imagine not.
Take freedom where you can get it. And right now, I'm free to get hammered. And just starts drinking.
And he just nods. He's like, well, just don't do anything that I'd have to explain to my superiors.
Where do you draw that line?
He's like, you're a soldier, I think you know. And then he'll walk off.
Yeah, he sits at the table and he is drinking, waiting for everybody else to come back.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go bother the priest.
Sure.
Good.
As you do. And I'm gonna approach and say, "Excuse me."
Make as much commotion as possible, please.
I mean, that may happen depending on how this goes. Am I bothering you?
And she looks up and she's holding a book. She's like, that depends. Is there something I can help you with?
This may sound like a strange question, but this is my first time in a place like this. And is it true what they say that the souls of the dead are collected in places like this?
Yes, that's what keeps the Leybridges running. Without the sacrifice of those dead, then we would not have our homes in the skies.
Sacrifice is an interesting word.
Well, the engine gave us a safe place to dwell in ARDATHAS, and we in turn give back to it.
And do the souls of the dead choose this fate, choose this sacrifice for themselves, or is it something chosen for them?
It is the choice that they make by living in the Seven Realms.
An interesting perspective.
Actually,
sorry, go ahead.
This is just a question for the world.
Sure.
Do we know, like in the Underdark, if that is true, or are the souls of the Underdark also being taken?
No, they're definitely not.
Okay.
That's part of the reason why soul stones, like small soul stones, exist, is because if you're, too far away from a Leybridge, they have to be stored. Clerics store them in soul stones and then bring them back to a place like this.
Okay, just making sure.
Mm-hmm.
And do your tomes, like that one you're reading, do they say what it is like to be inside one of these stones?
And she's like, well, I think you may be difficult to grasp, but such a state, you don't come back from that. There's no indication as to what the experience is like. And I'm going to put a pause on it for just a moment.
Okay. Theological throwdown.
Yeah, Rashka right now is just sort of hanging out on the... She's leaning back against this wall and just listening.
Tig kind of shouts over there, "Yep, one-way trip, buddy."
Thankfully, my imagination is pretty broad to imagine what it must be like to be captured inside a stone.
And she's like, capture is a strong word. Many of us believe that it is a noble end to a life of freedom in ARDATHAS.
There may be other ends beyond that, beyond what you can imagine, but maybe this is a bigger discussion than we can have right now. But I was curious to hear your thoughts because I haven't spoken to an actual adherent of the Divine Engine before.
She's like, well, there's always at least one in a place like this. She goes, if ever you're seeking any sort of guidance, a Leybridge is a good place to go.
Thankfully, I have plenty of guidance in my life, but I appreciate the offer. If I can ask one last question, what brings someone like you to serve this engine?
And she kind of pauses for a moment and her eyes drift around the room. She's like, I can think of no calling or no vocation that is more noble than this. She's like, some of us seek to give back before we perish, to do what we can now for the Divine Engine.
It's a noble mission.
Zephyr, what's your passive insight?
Passive insight.
So 10 plus your insight skill.
15.
She's hiding something.
Good to know.
Can I also tell
Well,
that for listening in?
Or
Or is that more of a facial expression type thing?
No, if you're from where you are, you'd be able to tell too.
Okay.
I know I said that was my last question, but sorry, I lied. I have one more. We're here on business of the king, actually, to try to see if there's anything weird or strange going on with the Leybridge. I mean, if anyone would know, it'd probably be you, since you're so connected to the divine and all that. This is Zephyr, for once, being very kind of passive aggressive and hostile.
Yeah,
Usually she's not.
You haven't even asked her name yet. So
Yeah, I'm telling you, this is downright rude. Have you noticed anything strange going on upstairs or in this building?
She's like, well, the changing of the guard, so to speak, caused some concern, but with the Leybridge itself, I've not noticed anything that that I would worry about.
We actually came from Rockwing and a whole giant stone fortress fell on our heads. There's nothing wrong with the ley energy here, no failing, nothing different happening that you've noticed?
She's like, no, not that we have come across. She's like, I imagine something like that, something that would lead to those terrible events, would be fairly easy to discern, I would hope. She's like, when you spend enough time around a working Leybridge, you get used to its rhythms and its sounds.
I'm insight checking that, but it's only an 8.
Yeah,
Yes.
now you've kind of lost track of
Mm-hmm.
Erashka, you're just more certain that there's something else that she knows that she's not talking about, but because insight's not a straight lie detector, so but
correct,
you just
yeah.
you just get the sense that she's not
Not
revealing
telling-
everything. She's not answering
Yeah.
the question directly. You know what I mean?
Sorry, where did the green cloak guy go?
Oh, he went into the door between these two shrines over here.
Oh, over here? Okay.
Now, I'll leave you to it. I know you're busy. Would it be possible for you to... I have so many questions about this divine engine, to actually show me one of these ley stones? I'm so curious to know
She's
what
like,
it actually looks like for these souls of the dead.
under normal circumstances, being in the same room as the soul stone would be mostly prohibited, except for people of the church. And especially following the events of Tower Island and the city of Rockwing, she's like, I'm sorry, but we cannot afford that breach in security.
What about for a veteran?
She's like,
This isn't Costco, Josh. Sorry.
she's like, not to diminish your sacrifice and your service, but no, we cannot make any exception in these strange times. She's like, no, if you'll excuse me, there's things I must attend to.
Just 1 second. You said that everything is fine here?
And she's,
Are you sure?
she's
Because
like,
if what's going on in Rockwing happens here and in Grixbyrg, this whole island is going to fall.
she's like, I am confident that we have nothing to worry about.
How can I scare her better? Look, we are here because the king asked us to come here. We need to make absolutely certain that this is safe. Absolutely safe. We know we've already heard of the weird changing the guard up here. We've heard of people going missing up here. This is all sort of going in a general direction that doesn't look good for Grixbyrg. And you're telling me everything is hunky-dory.
She's like, I agree that to those who don't spend their time in Grixbyrg, things would look concerning given recent events. She's like,
while Arashka's doing that, I'm going to walk away and use thaumaturgy to make some harmless tremors in the tower, but just make the earth shake a little bit.
Okay.
To hopefully add to the fear.
Jesus.
The goal there is just to sell the idea that something is wrong.
Yeah, look, we're here to help. We aren't trying to mess around with anything. We want to make sure everyone's safe.
And she's like, the best way for you to help is to let the trained people here do their jobs. And then Zephyr's thaumaturgy goes off. And she like looks around and she's like, as I said, excuse me.
Yeah, you felt that too, huh?
She's going to leave without saying anything else. So
you're not even giving me a check.
Come on, Justin.
What?
Leif would have started a fight by now.
Yeah, you want to
know.
there's nothing
Leif.
more intimidating than rolling initiative.
Throw that axe at the wall.
So she leaves the room and heads upstairs.
Wait, did she walk past us on the landing, or
she's gonna? I'll go back to you guys.
Opportunity attack.
Arashka, when you like turn and watch her go, you see another person come out of this door to the south of the room that you're in. And this person looks familiar. And he looks up at, or he closes the door behind him and he looks and he sees Arashka and he pauses and he's like, "Hi, Ash. What are you doing here?" And that's where we're going to take our break.
You son of a bitch.
Backstory.
So we'll be back in about 15-ish minutes. So sit tight and we'll see you soon.
Yay.
back. Thanks for sitting tight. Justin had to step away real quick, so he'll be back when he's ready. But until then, or before then, rather, we're going to switch the camera back to Irynyx and Squall on the upper level of Grixbyrg and see where they're planning to take things from here. So these two guards you get the sense they're not going to let you through. So what are you guys doing?
I'm going to reach into my bag and pull out my alchemical kit.
Okay.
You gonna pepper spray them?
What? Hey, what? No. So, would you call this an intelligence test to do this? So, I am trying to create a puff of thick smoke, according to the alchemist supplies entry, I guess from Xanathar.
Okay.
So this has a DC 10, but beyond proficiency bonus, I don't know what I add to this, if anything.
You're trying to make a puff of smoke?
Yeah. And if they ask what I'm doing, I'm obviously distracting you so that I can do my job. And then hopefully a puff of smoke will come out.
Yeah, I'd say it'd be an intelligence check with your proficiency bonus.
Cool. So I'll just do an int skill with efficiency. Please work. Oh, thank God. Okay.
Nice. So yeah, so the
puff of smoke comes out.
The guy, how much space does it take up?
You know as much as I do. Create a puff of thick smoke, DC 10, alchemist supply behavior. Then it doesn't even tell you how long it takes.
Right. Okay. Then it has to. I would say it would have to like encompass smaller than a 5 foot. You know what I mean? Like not enough to obscure a person or anything like that. Is my guess.
I have no idea what the intention is.
Well, is your
intent? Mean? You did it.
No. I don't know what the intention of WotC is when they give you a possible action to take, and then give you no further parameters nor duration.
Right.
For a game that is pretty rigidly regimented in what takes how long to do and what it is.
So is your intent just to...
The intent is basically like to get a fog cloud out for a couple of seconds to just walk past them.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll let you retcon the ability if you want, because I don't think this is going to be big enough to cover that much space. I think at most it'll cover just a 5 foot square. You know what I mean? As a puff of smoke.
Yeah. Sure.
So you want to still do that?
I don't know more about the action. I don't know if this is like multiple turns or what. I don't know how long this takes. I guess I'd just rewind if the ruling is that it does nothing.
I mean,
that seems like bullshit. But not the ruling. I mean, it seems like bullshit to rewind it if I tried to do something of consequence.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Well, if you started that under the impression that it would cover 15 feet or whatever.
I mean, I just want like a 10-foot circle or whatever, like just around us. But
I'm inclined to believe that if they didn't specify a range or you know what I mean, like a radius on it, then
why pay for the ink?
It's not a spell. It's just a kit, right?
It's an quote activity. Create a puff of thick smoke, DC 10.
Yeah, okay. You know what? Sure. Let's make this interesting. Let's do that.
Well, to do it as like a miniature fog cloud or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So it's heavily obscured, 10 feet. And I'm assuming you're putting it between you.
It would just be like right in the midst of us. So, yeah. Well, I guess it would be coming out from where I'm working, which would be my square.
So it would probably be like right there.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Yeah, so suddenly Squall is enveloped in thick smoke.
Mm-hmm.
And this guy nearest you, when he sees you doing that, he's going to move forward and try to restrain
Gust.
All right. No, that's good. That's good.
So this guard is going to move forward and try and restrain you. And so I'm going to, if you're going to try and resist, then I'll call for initiative.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Okay. All right.
Take that.
Ooh. Gotta move cameras out of there. We go.
I was determined not to just start shit.
And you didn't. I did.
Yeah.
Apparently.
I'm going to get the blame from it when we get downstairs.
I don't know why you would think that. You haven't developed a reputation for it in this continuity.
In this, yeah. You skirted the line, I think.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well.
So the circle's gone because Squall blew it away.
Oh, okay.
Right?
I thought he was just joking, but yeah.
Are you? Oh, were you?
I mean, I think I would do that.
Okay.
All right.
With no warning, like all of a sudden, like
it's just reflexive from Squall. Just
Yeah.
fuck up. Or no, gust of wind.
gust of wind.
Yeah. All right. Well, anyway, so this guy's moving towards Irynyx. Does not have any weapons drawn. He's looking like he's going to try and restrain you. So what do you do, Irynyx?
I just put the alchemy kit away. I want to fight this guy.
Oh, okay. All right.
Like, I would not let him, like... when you say, like, resist, I don't mean, like, I'm going to shoot you if you step towards me. But it's like,
Right.
I would try and shrug him off if he was going to put hands on me, I guess.
Okay. So forcing you back down the stairs?
That's, fine. I'm not going to contest that.
All right. And
I would probably be shouting back, but...
sure. Dave, he would do the same to you then. So if you're fine with that, I'll just move you guys back to the other map. And...
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
well,
sorry,
shortest
I
combat, I think. Shortest
okay.
combat
It was
of the
terrible.
campaign
It was
so
a
far.
bad plan. It's not your fault.
Why would the king send... Where is it? Oh, why would the king send us if we couldn't investigate? I'm very perturbed.
Yes, am I.
When you guys come back down,
Mm-hmm.
we're on the original map now.
Yeah.
You would notice, and Zephyr and Tig. Okay, so you two, you saw this individual come out of the door on the south side of the Great Hall, recognize Erashka, and then immediately the two of them move to, like, she goes up to him and talks quietly, and then he directs her to another room, and the two of them leave. So they're not in this room right now.
Oh.
So I'm just pulling them off.
What happened with you two upstairs?
Fools. Staring in our way.
I didn't have much more luck down here. I tried to talk the very divine priest down here into letting me take a look, but
Which way did that... Oh, no, I was upstairs. Never mind.
he went upstairs, right?
Attempted to. Well, so we made it successfully up the stairs. We did not go.
Oh, no, the priest went upstairs behind us, right? I thought that's what happened.
So you would have, like, that went so quickly that you would have passed her on the stairway.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Not sure what you guys were expecting. I mean, the church has a pretty firm stranglehold on the ley lines.
Stranglehold is right.
They have a stranglehold on a lot of things,
But we were sent to
including people's
investigate.
souls, apparently.
By a king!
By somebody who's not the church.
Are you saying the church is in charge and not the king?
Yeah.
It was implied.
No, I'm saying it. As
Strongly
somebody who
implied.
fought for the church. It's the lot more people serve the church than serve kings.
Is that factual?
Citation needed.
I have no idea. That's just Pig's perspective on all this.
Yeah.
Where does this door look like it goes?
That was the door that Irashka and her companion went through.
Oh, I thought they went back through here. Right, okay.
Oh, no, they crossed the hall.
All I know is when I was talking to that priest, she's clearly... I could tell she's trying to hide something. Couldn't quite get it out of her. She's a wriggly one, but...
Well,
she wasn't telling me everything.
Everybody has something to hide.
The king already suspected similarities occurring here, which means that something must have already happened.
Oh.
Why did that guy leave? I'm going to go and have a listen at this door.
Okay, I'll take a perception check.
I'm gonna go out. I'm done with the interior. I go outside.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
I don't have an outside, so
Huh? Oh, sure.
beyond just that little bit.
Okay.
Just in the void.
Squall, you hear a little bit of activity, but no like voices or conversation or anything like that. Like you can tell someone's in the room, but you're guessing it's just one person.
Yeah, he said that's not the room that they went into.
No.
Yeah, but I thought it
No,
would be
they-
pointless to me trying to listen to what Justin's conversation is when he's not here to have it.
I suppose that is also
so
a
I'm
good...
trying this one.
I am having that conversation with Justin in Discord right now, so it is taking place.
Oh.
Maybe that would have been good to know.
Well, I just told you. I told you when it became relevant.
What do we do?
Are there any like onlookers or passersby on this, this side of the building?
Hang on. On which side? East?
The south side of the building.
Oh, no, not that you can tell.
Okay.
Did she leave that book behind, or did she take it with her?
She took it with her.
Ah.
God damn it.
I'm gonna fly up to the roof.
Okay. So,
I mean, is there like is it like a flat topped building, or is it just like, you know, a peak, or what? I'm just not envisioning the crystal is just like kept in the attic of some like normal building or whatever.
No, you'd know it'd be
Yeah.
it's in its own like large room.
Yeah.
And it has that room is open to the exterior. Like there are basically two walls of it are open.
Okay. That is where I would direct myself in that case, or try to.
Okay. Okay.
Let's split the party 5 ways and watch Nick pass.
Yeah, we've added multiple dimensions, multiple temporalities.
There aren't enough rooms for us to split up 5 ways. Damn.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Okay. Well, while Irynyx is doing that, is there anything else that the three of you that are left in the main part of Grixbyrg would like to do or discuss?
I sent you a message, but other than that, Tig is sitting around getting drunk. Drunker.
Drunkerer.
What did Squall hear through the door? I guess I'll ask Squall.
Activity.
What did you hear?
There's somebody in there, but I can't hear what they're saying.
But that's the room where the person came from, but not where Rush.
That's where the priest went. Or
no, the priest went upstairs.
The priest went upstairs. That's sorry.
The one who described Arashka as Ash come out of this room and then went to here with Arashka. So this has got somebody else in it.
Can you mark them like Splinter Cell?
I've got very fun. Oh, I don't have it prepped.
I'm just gonna knock on the door.
We're so good at sneaking.
Knock, knock, knock. It never hurts to ask. I'm gonna tell Squall.
All right. There's a moment, a pause, and then the door is pulled open, and the room beyond looks like a bedchamber with a desk, and you see a bed in the corner and all that. And the man standing there He's tall, much like the other watchman in the area. He's wearing mail. He has a large scar going through one eye. And he definitely is holding himself with more of a dignified bearing, I guess you could say.
Okay.
It's a replacement dude.
And he holds the door open and he looks at Zephyr and then he looks at Squall.
Who was the
And he's
replacement
like,
guy? Sir Lawrence.
Yeah.
And he's like, what is it?
Oh, there, we're new to the Berg, Grixbyrg. My name is Zephyr. Nice to meet you. She'll hold out her hand.
Who's taller, him or Squall? Squall 6'4".
Squall would be a little taller.
Yes.
Hell yeah. Established dominance.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Arm wrestling.
I will fail miserably.
He looks down at Zephyr's hand and he's like, I'm sorry, can I help you?
Yeah, we're actually here investigating on the king's word. The king sent us here to take a look around, and it's kind of been hard to actually do what the king wants because we haven't been able to look around much beyond this room here. So trying to find someone who can help us.
Well, I ain't have much worry for what the king wants.
Well, can you help us take a look around? Zephyr
Sorry.
says, hopefully.
God, I hate playing a
Sorry
double
if-
character.
If you're trying to look in places that my men stopped you, then that's a reason for that. Those are off limits, doesn't matter who you're here for.
Oh, those are your men then. So
That's right.
you're the one in charge here?
I am.
You must be
great.
Sir Lawrence. We met Lady Jacqueline on the road.
Oh, all right.
Yeah,
doing
she was
well?
the nice one.
Okay, how about this? We know what the problem in Rockwing looked like. How about you let us look at your Leybridge to see if there are anything common in your Leybridge that matches the Rockwing Leybridge, so you might know if something is going to happen to your Leybridge.
Nothing's going to happen here that we haven't already planned for.
Can you afford to make that call?
I can. It's my job.
Well, if the tower crumbles because the Leybridge collapses, I hope the walls remember your shadow, because nobody else will.
Very good.
These
Anything
insight
else?
checks.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Insight check of 9.
I'm sorry. I had that. Oh yeah, a 9. Okay.
I just rolled it right now. Yeah, it's just a 9.
So,
Oh.
so he's not gonna.
Yeah, we're not getting any play here. Well, sorry to bother you. Just thought we should ask. Have fun doing
Speak
whatever
muted.
you're doing in there.
What'd you say, Dave?
I thought you were muted because you haven't said. He hasn't said
He's just
anything.
dumbstruck.
No, I'm sorry. I'm juggling a couple different things. I looked at the insight check and then I answered a whisper and now I'm responding to Justin. So no, he had said when you said like I hope the walls remember your shadow or whatever. He just kind of looks at Squall and huffs and he had said, "Is there anything else?"
Well, I mean, this is a bust. And to be honest, I don't think I would be affected if the tower fell down.
You say that to him?
No, I say it to Zephyr so that he can hear me.
Oh,
I think I'm done talking to this idiot.
Yeah, I think we just say goodbye to him.
yeah. He'll close the door in your face once he gets the impression that there's nothing beyond that.
I think these people don't really understand hospitality.
Yeah. You think there'd be a bit more like wary as well that something might happen, but I guess I don't know. Humans are short-lived.
In all fairness, we are kind of barging into, their place of work and demanding that they let us do pretty much whatever we want and look wherever we want.
I mean, we're not demanding.
not
We were sent.
That's fair. On the other hand, in my experience, the more people scream out that they have things under control, the less under control they have everything.
Oh, that's fair. That was like that one time with that brewer.
Everybody says they have things under control. I don't think that's really a sign of guild. I mean, we all like to think that we have things.
I'm not saying it's guilty. I'm just saying we were sent to do a thing by one person, and then these guys are like, no, you can't. So, I mean, I would have thought the king would have taken precedence. That's where I'm from. Kings tend to be... There's not many people above a king.
Yeah, I don't want to jump to conclusions. I don't think they're meaning ill. I just feel like everyone we meet so far
It's just rude.
doesn't really know what's going on, and yet says that they know what's going on and they have everything under control.
Look at it this way: they serve the divine engine, who is above the king, at least as far as they're concerned.
That's part of the problem itself. But that's a topic for another time.
Where is everybody else? I look
That is
around
a
and
good
like,
question.
Irynyx
We
is
keep
gone.
losing people every time we turn around.
Yeah.
So, Justin, welcome back. If you now that you're back, if you can give me a persuasion check based on the conversation we've been having in Discord, and before I resolve what that is, I'm going to switch over to Irynyx, who flies up to spy on the Soul Stone. You fly up there, and like I said, there's two of the walls. The south and the east wall are open. There are balconies. There's a wood railing. The Soul Stone is on a mechanism that's kind of like a pedestal for it, or a dais, just like what you saw in Tower Island when it was wrecked. There are little alcoves on the sides of this where smaller soul stones are kept to feed into it. It's large. It's blue, which gives you some measure of comfort, I guess, if you were concerned about its color. But it is a normal color, I should say. And there's this constant like hum or thrum in the air that's very common with it. And you see two robed individuals. One of them is one that you recognize from the room down below. And they're looking over the soul stone, and then they look down at the crystals, in the pockets around the side of the dais. And they're speaking to each other quietly, but they haven't noticed you. There's about 15, 20 feet between the edge of like the balcony part and then where that dais is. So there's a little bit of distance between you and them, but not a lot. What are you doing?
You said that two of the walls of the room are exposed. Does that mean that is it covered at all, or is it just like two sides of the building are just open?
They're open.
Okay. Yeah, I'll stealth. Why not? That is a button. Oh, this should be good. Yeah. Nice. Well, thanks, right. AC. Good thing part of this functionality is going to pay off in a second.
I got to look at some passive perceptions, but I'm pretty sure it's... Well, no, because 10 is the minimum, so... Oh, no, unless they have negatives.
They could have negative.
They are sort of clerics, though, so...
Yeah, no. Yeah.
Huh? Yeah, but, they could be shitty.
So... Irynyx, you try to... Do you land or do you fly? Like, are you trying to stealthily fly? Like, what's your mode of transportation?
I guess I would try to, like, get closer to the railing and, like, hang below it to eavesdrop.
Oh, okay.
So maybe I just slam into the side of the building.
Yeah. Yeah, you misjudge the distance in your trajectory. And they both turn around and see you there. And they rush to there. And they're like, "What? Who are you? What are you doing? What? This area is off limits. This is dangerous."
Tell me about it. I nearly fell. Just let go.
As you go to let go and are like flapping your wings away from the side of the building, you hear one of them say to the other one, "Go alert Sir Lawrence. Let him know that what's going on here? We need to keep this area locked down.
Oh, fuck. All right. I'll fly off. I do want to see. You said they were like crouching down by the. Can I get like one last glance and see if there was anything noteworthy about what they were interacting with?
Since you're moving away while you do that, I'll take a perception check.
Okay. I have that. Yay.
You can't be sure.
Sure.
Okay. Justin, do you want to continue this conversation live for our listeners?
I have a feeling it's almost done as is, but maybe it's not. I don't know.
Okay. I mean, yeah, let's do it. Okay, so you and Damir, this gentleman, are in like the kitchen area. So there's a hearth and there's, foodstuffs and all that. And you can hear there's the door to the north. You can hear someone, it sounds like they're moving around, like searching through crates and barrels and stuff in there. And so he's speaking quietly to you. But in response to your question, and he puts his hands up defensively and he's like, I'm sorry. He's like, the research that you provided, he's like, it was thorough and it was good and it was what we needed. He's like, I don't mean to make it sound like you're not helping or you weren't helping. He's like, but there's a level of segregation of information. I only know so much. You were only told so much. He's like, all I know is that this is a delicate situation and you being here, that it can disrupt things. He's like, you weren't meant to see any of this.
It was pretty hard to miss a tower falling out of the sky.
He's like, I'm not talking about that.
Then what's this?
He's like, here in Grixbyrg.
Are you tampering with the Leybridges?
He's like, I'm doing what they tell me to do.
That's a yes.
That is a yes.
He's like, but he's like, honestly, I have no idea about Tower Island. He's like, when I heard, I was just as shocked as anyone, well, probably not as shocked as you being there, but I was just as shocked as anyone else who heard. He's like, that wasn't us.
That needs an insight check.
Sure. You don't know if you believe him, but you're confident that he believes the words he's saying.
If what I saw about the tower is going to happen elsewhere, there will be so many people. I can't. I can't. What? You need to tell me what's going on here.
He's like, I'll tell you what I know. Merrick brought us here. When the former Sir Tolic, who was in charge of Grixbyrg originally, was here, we were posing as soldiers of the Fulcrum. We were disguised. We were deceptive in order to use the research that you provided us. Sir Tolic got wise, and Merrick panicked, and the few of us that he felt confident could maintain our guise, he left here, and the rest of them turned themselves in, and they were sent to Broadstone Prison. Sir Lawrence arrived, but Tolic was still suspicious that we were here. And I guess Lawrence was suspicious of that suspicion. He called him paranoid and delusional. Anyway, Talik left under quickly. I don't know. I don't know where he went or what his plan was. He's like, but I don't know if he's part of this or not, but Lawrence knows what's happening here. And he's trying to make sure that we have the opportunity to finish our work.
With these wacky green soul stones.
Yes.
Oh,
How did you know about those?
a tower almost fell on me.
What does that have to do with the green soul stones?
They were in the tower that almost fell on me.
Well, did you see anyone else? Anyone else from us there?
No.
Well, I'm sorry, you've been through a lot, Ash. You must be confused. You must have missed something.
Whatever you're doing here, you probably need to stop before this whole island goes down, okay?
That's not my decision to make. And we've studied this stuff. It's not going to go down. Roll me another persuasion check.
Yeah. I was about to.
Yes.
Nice. He's like, I can't speak for what you've been through and what you've seen. He's like, I honestly, like I said, he's like, they only tell each of us so much.
You do realize what's going to happen. They're going to blame us. We're trying to get supplies to survive. If they're going to blame us, they're going to make sure that the trade deal that my father is doing is not going to go through. You're putting our entire town at risk.
Okay. But what do we do?
Figure out what's going on.
Well, I can't just walk up and ask. That would be a pretty clear indication. They only tell us so much for a reason. If I go around asking questions, that they might just turn me into the Fulcrum. I don't want to go to Broadstone.
I need to think about this. This is... You said right now. Why is right now specific? Is it happening right now?
Yes. We have 12 of those green soul stones, and they're up in the Leybridge as we speak. They've been up there for a while, but nothing's happened yet.
Yeah, sure. Nothing's happened yet. We've got to. Rashka takes off.
Okay. All right. So, Zephyr, Squall, and Tig, you three see Arashka come out. Well, why don't you describe your exit from that room, Justin?
Basically, the door just flies open, and she storms out, and she says, "We need to get to the Soulstone now."
Okay.
Case. So after you descend from the top of that tower, where are you going?
Probably make sure that they're not leaning over the balcony just watching me.
Sure.
It depends on if they I don't know which sides of this building are open on that floor or whatever.
It was of that room, it was the south and the east.
The south and the east? Okay, yeah. So I would probably head over here to try and get out of line of sight, but I haven't actually talked to anyone else in the party for a while. So
sure.
Probably just be here biding my time, but you know.
So if you fly to the west like that,
Yeah.
And come over to that side of the tower, you hear almost like the sounds of an animal moving around, almost like a you know, like a gosh, what would be the like a preening. You hear like an animal preening, and then like huffing and everything like that, and you see that there is a balcony, an awning right there, and you see claw marks on that awning, and there's feathers and all that. So you get the sense that you're by that roost that was mentioned previously.
Jack that hippogriff, dude.
Yeah, that's what I need is a flying mount.
It's not for you.
Okay, well, the problem is that, like, I have not been made privy to a bunch of information, but it does seem like the place that I would want to scout out anyways. So maybe I will familiarize myself with the Griffin Roost area.
Okay. I'm not going to move us to the other map just because it's just you, but I'll just describe it. The awning, that platform that kind of sticks out, it's about 10 feet, 15 feet out from the wall itself. And it's much like how it was by the Soulstone. It's an open entryway that leads into a room. It smells immediately like a barn. Like you get that sense of, you know, that's what this room is. And you see there are multiple stalls. It stretches north and south, this room. It's a long room, and there's stalls along the east and west walls. They're all full with hippogriffs, and there are two that, like, there's just more hippogriffs here than they have stalls for, and those two are kind of nearby that opening right away. And when they see you, like, approach that, they start to, like, stand up, and they move their shoulders and open their wings a little bit, and you can tell they're starting to get agitated.
This room's not for me. I think, I would probably back out.
Okay.
Come back down.
Sure. And where would you go? I want to.
I mean, like, okay, if the animals are like one floor up, I think. I don't know, probably back where I was originally leaning against the wall, just trying to remain out of sight.
Okay.
Low profile.
All right.
Yeah.
So Irynyx tells you all that when she comes out of that room. So we'll go back to you guys. What are you all doing?
Tig is heading up the stairs, and he is dragging his Tetsubo behind him, letting it bang on every step as he's tromping his way up.
Oof.
So, Tig, you start to go up the stairs, and that's when the acolyte that Zephyr spoke to, and then that saw Irynyx starts to come back down the steps. And she's like, "Excuse me, sir." She's like, "This area is off limits. It's for your own safety, and it's for the security of Grixbyrg. You can't be up here."
Don't make me do something that you're going to regret.
Safety of Grixbyrg is what we are doing right now.
Tig, roll me intimidation.
Hey.
She kind of like looks down at Tig's weapon, and then she backs against the wall, puts her back against the wall, and lets you through.
Smart move.
And then Irynyx and Squall and Zephyr, you all see her rush through and go through the door that would lead. She's heading to the door that Sir Lawrence was in. Dave's face.
Oh, yeah, I don't know Sir Lawrence is in there, correct?
Right,
Yeah.
true.
Do I have a window into that room?
No, there are no windows.
Okay.
What's this place made out of?
Stone. The bottom floor. Well, no, the walls are stone. The floors of the second floor are wood. But otherwise, it's stone.
Okay.
If no one's going to stop her, she's going to go through that door.
Yeah, you said go upstairs, so I'm going to come with you guys.
Okay.
Yeah, same.
All right, I'll move us to the second floor map. As that acolyte goes in to alert Sir Lawrence. First, I'm going to get your tokens set up on this map because Irynyx is in a different spot. Put Tig up front. Token layer. Irynyx, I'm just going to put you by the corner, the southwest corner of the tower there.
That's
so you can
fine.
kind of get a sense of what I was describing too as far as that roost platform goes.
No, I get it, but sure.
Sure. All right, let's move everyone over. Boop. So Tig, you come up, brandishing your weapon. And those two guards are in front of that door, and they see you approaching. And one of them's like, oh, not this again.
Stand
You're not allowed to
aside
be
now.
Roll me intimidation.
Yeah. Pow. Could have been better.
Yeah, no, they move to block your passage.
Well, what can I do?
They're gonna do everything they can to keep you from going into that room. That's the
Is the
sense
door
that you
open
get.
at all?
No, it's closed behind them. It's
Tig
the door
lets
to the
out
south.
Tig lets out a heavy sigh. Are we going through you? Because that's what you're making me feel like.
We have to save the tower.
And he's like, you have to see nothing. Head downstairs.
Can I
don't have
I
time
want
for
to do
this.
it. I want to do an insight check on Irynyx.
Oh, okay. To determine what?
Never mind.
Irynyx, what was that intelligence?
This is just a calculation. Like, okay, if I have not seen the group for the last 15 minutes or whatever,
If an adventure party leaves up the stairs a rate of 30 feet around, how long will it take?
can I figure out what they're doing and what direction they're heading? But with a 13, most likely not.
Yeah.
Is just a generic
They're about
intelligence calculation.
I mean, Irynyx would know that
Mm-hmm.
that's what they're most interested in is the soul stone.
Trying to get up to the top of the tower.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah. You'd know that that's what they're...
Because if I just stay on the ground floor, like leaning against this wall, I'm probably out for the rest of the session, most likely. So yeah, I just have to rationalize why I would go up there. So okay, if I can Rain Man count them heading up the steps, I think let's go actually try and bait the hippogriffs into chasing me or something.
Ooh, interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
For those of you on the landing, well, we'll just do initiative.
Love to hear that.
Because those two on the landing they're not gonna let you through. And it sounds like you guys are ready to throw down for it, so.
Yeah, I was about to. I just needed to figure out what I was doing, and I figured it out. So
I was told it was important, so fuck it.
Uh-huh. And did people roll before I got the thing open?
no, I forgot to select my token. So
Okay. Zephyr. There we go.
Yeah.
And okay. All right, so we'll go ahead and sort. Tig, you're up first. The guards in front of you, we'll say that the inciting action is the two in front of you draw their swords.
Oh, they actually okay.
Yeah.
That does change things slightly.
Stand your ground.
Yeah, in that case, bonus action. rage.
Uh-huh.
I see that the red in Tig's light, in Tig's eyes go. I'm like,
Yep.
they're just doing their job.
So since I'm
Don't.
dragging my Tetsubo behind me, I'm going to pull it up and I'm going to slam it down on the one in front of me's foot.
Nice.
And
All right, thank you for not going for the head.
reckless attack, obviously.
Yep.
Obviously.
Wow.
17.
17 hits.
Okay. And going to, it adds 2 and Divine Fury. So 3 more Radiant. So 13 total.
You smash your Tetsubo down on his foot. There is a sickening crunch. He screams and he's like, fuck! And he collapses to the ground. For all intents and purposes, he's out of this fight.
Ooh, God. We're the baddies.
And yeah, Tig is going to kind of shove his body aside and step up next to the door.
Okay. Are you pushing? Okay.
Yep.
Nice. Squall.
I can't make like a. I just want to bum rush the door to try and like smash it.
We'll treat Tig's space as difficult terrain, and the other warrior would get an attack of opportunity on you if you
that's
leave his.
fine.
Okay. So I mean, you'll be able to get through it. You know what I mean? Like it's not
Okay.
barricaded or
I'll
anything
just,
like that.
Yeah. Okay, so what is this person doing when I get into this room?
So that person looks like they're inspecting the soul stone. They look agitated. And when that door bangs open, they look up to you with surprise. So this person is not going to act this turn.
Okay.
I'm just going to... But I did roll initiative for them, so they're at an 18.
Did you tell us about green soul stones?
That's what we
Did
found at the...
Did
Yeah,
not?
you guys
I
found-
haven't.
Oh.
If you're asking me, I
Yeah.
didn't say anything about
No, I was just...
the green.
yeah, so, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can see the slots along the dais of the big soul stone here, but you're like you have to get up and bend down and look in to see what's inside them. You know what I mean?
Okay, so I will move to here.
Okay.
And I will cast Thorn Whip on this person.
And is that a save? Oh no, it's an attack. 16 hits.
Yeah.
But I pull them 10 feet closer to me.
Okay. Yeah, they slide across the floor from your thorn whip, looking surprised. This person they're dressed in robes. They have a dagger hanging from their belt, but obviously haven't drawn it. So,
Okay. That's me.
is that your turn?
Yep.
Okay. We skip their turn. Irashka, you're up next.
Did you do your attack of opportunity?
Oh no, I didn't. You're right. Let's do that. Yeah. Oh yeah, your AC's 12, so yeah, that hits. For a total of 7 slashing from his longsword.
Oof.
Great.
All right, Irashka.
Okay. Item interaction. I'm going to kick away the weapon from the guy that Tig downed.
Sure.
I'm actually going to spend my action to do a medicine check to at least sort of, I don't want to heal him, but I do want his, I don't want him to be limping for the rest of his life.
Okay, so you're doing medicine, like you're not just inspecting him, you're actually...
Yeah, I want to treat the wound, yeah.
Okay, yep, go ahead and roll. For me.
Not great at this, but okay, cool.
Unless you've got a bicycle pump, I think his foot is gone.
Yeah, you're like, he's not going to be able to walk up, put much weight on it for a while, but you're confident that he should be okay.
He's not going to lose the foot.
Right,
Okay. So then I stand up and I glare at this guy, and then I walk past him. And I say, I think there might be some green soul stones around here that could... There might be something that's going on, the same that was happened in the tower. Let's see, I have a bonus action. I will do a healing word on my friend.
Okay.
Oh, 2 1s. Boo. Oh, that was cast at 2nd level? Oops, I didn't mean to do that.
I mean, we can just ignore one of those.
So 4.
Yeah, so 4.
Okay. That was on me, right?
That was on you, yeah.
Cool. Thank you.
Yep.
All right. Okay, well, Irynyx, you can hear all of this going on.
Okay.
You can hear the activity and the shouting and all that. You definitely heard the guy screaming when his foot got crunched. And then, let's see, are you still on that corner? You are. You then hear the sound of someone, you hear the sound of a weapon being drawn and someone rushing out of the roost, heading north. And that is, as Zephyr and Tig will see, another warrior emerges from the door on the western side of that landing. Has a sword drawn, sees his buddy lying on the floor with a bloodied and also bandaged foot. And his other buddy, and he's going to take the dash action and just engage the nearest person to him, which is Zephyr. But that is his action. This guy, you can tell that he's torn. He's looking into the Soulstone room and he sees Arashka and Squall in there. But he also saw what Tig did to his friend. So I think he's going to take the disengage action and run in to engage these two.
Oh, you're coming to help? Good.
And since he took the disengage action, he can actually position himself somewhere that's more advantageous. So that's what he's going to do. Yeah, he's gonna move around to stand on the other side of Arashka. So trying to get between the two of you and the person who was thorn whipped. Irynyx.
Well, I was going to see if he would help me get the hippogriffs in case we needed to leave, but he just bailed, and I don't want to run through a room of hostile hippogriffs. So I'm going to take advantage actually to get up to the roof, or like the room with the Leybridge, I guess.
That's actually on the same level as this.
It is. Okay. Okay, so it's like...
It's on the other side. Yeah, yes, exactly.
Okay, so I will fly around. Looks like I needed to dash to do that.
Sure.
Jacking into the bridge is bonus, right?
It is.
I'm going to do that.
Nice. So your spell attacks and your spell save DCs are increased by 1 while you're in there.
And to ping whoever else is connected, is that part of that jacking in, or is that
I gotta look that up real quick. Is that something?
Oh, yeah, let's look at these rules that you made.
Ley lines, there it is.
So this is this is an artificial one, right? Leybridge.
Yep. Yes, it is.
Yeah. So I can tap and draw from it.
Creatures cannot naturally tell which creatures are tapped into a ley line unless they possess true sight. You can deduce, so even when you're tapped in, you can't tell who else. Just naturally, you can't.
I think that's like a feat. That must be why I'm thinking. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Well, I'm jacked in.
Nice. Let's give you a little green dot.
Oh, okay.
Ominous.
For the green soulstones?
Yeah.
I was gonna get like an icon, but if you just wanted to do a green dot,
I mean, if you want to do an icon, I usually use green dot for
I'll figure out my icon.
Hunter's mark.
Right.
Okay, so you dashed and you did your bonus action. So then we go to Zephyr. Zephyr, you hear shouting from the floor below you, and it sounds like people are approaching the stairs.
This seems
Okay.
good.
Yeah, this seems great. I think Zephyr's been kind of tailing the rest of the group, and this has just escalated a lot than she was expecting. But she is gonna kind of instinctively, this guy comes charging, reach out and cast. Well, how high are the ceilings in this room?
This is 15 foot ceilings.
Great. I'm gonna cast Levitate on this guy next to me.
Is that a save?
It is a
Yeah,
save.
it is
It's
a
a
con
con
save.
12 save.
Nice. Okay.
Because it's Genasi ability, so it uses my con instead of.
Oh,
Mm,
I see.
mhm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Nice.
yeah.
Thank you. He succeeded, unfortunately.
Aw. Worth a shot. Yeah, so he's unaffected, so I think his feet like levitate a couple inches and then he comes back down.
His helmet starts to slide up, and then he pushes it down.
That was invigorating.
And Zephyr's just like, worth a try, and I'm just gonna try to get away, and I'll take the opportunity attack.
Okay. He misses thanks to your AC.
Cool. I threw him off just enough. 5, 10. I'll rush past into this room, so hopefully we can like hole up here and bar the door or something.
Sure.
I think that's about all I can do, though.
All right. Bear with me for just a moment as I put a couple more tokens on the board.
Uh-oh.
As at the end of this round,
Uh-oh.
The named NPCs come up.
Tig, yeah, you see Sir Lawrence appear, and behind him is that acolyte, as well as one more warrior. I just got to get them on the map. Sir Lawrence sees Tig, he sees the injured warrior, and then he sees the open door into the ley line room, and that's all the information he needs. I did not roll initiative for these new characters, so the warrior will act on the same turn as the other ones, obviously, but I'll just put Lawrence and the acolyte at the end of the turn order. There's
Okay.
the acolyte, and I'll add a new. So then we have Tig. You're up next.
Okay. I am going to ready an action. If somebody comes within 5 feet of me, I am going to attack them.
Nice.
I am going to guard the door, and I will growl out in his kind of mechanical, ragey voice. Stay back. Let them do their jobs.
Do you think we're doing?
Lawrence Lawrence has a long sword and a short sword, so he's dual wielding, and he looks at Tig, says that, and he's like, "I've fought your kind before. I'm not scared." Squall, your turn.
I am going to cast Entangle. 20-foot radius. Oh.
Directly under my feet.
At Irynyx. Yeah, you're flying though, right?
Huh? I mean, yeah, I can be off the ground.
Okay.
If that's what
Then I'll center it here, so 20 foot should get just this guy.
Okay.
And the acolyte.
Yeah, I mean, like,
20-foot radius?
I wheeled around the side of the building.
Mm-hmm. Was that a 20-foot? Yes, 20-foot square. Oh.
Radius, yeah.
20-foot radius. Oh gosh, it's huge.
Oh no, in a 20-foot square, starting from a point when. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So like
That's
that.
fine then. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. All right. And then that's a strength save from those two. So we'll do the warrior first. He made it, and the wizard The wizard failed.
He is restrained.
Gosh, he just can't
Nice.
get a break today. All right. Anything else, Squall?
Can I have moved before my spell?
Sure, as long as you're still able to see that area to
Yeah,
cast
I just
it,
want
then
to
yeah, I'm
move.
fine
I
with
just
that.
want to take the get rid of his attack of opportunity so Reshka doesn't.
Oh, I
get
see.
it.
Well, it hit, and this time for a whopping, and I actually mean whopping, 12 slashing damage this time.
I'm sorry.
12?
Mhm.
Oh, I should say they're using their longswords two-handed.
Yeah, I'm blooded now.
Okay.
Very legitimate.
And then I cast my spell just so I don't have to make a con check as well.
Sure. Okay. All right. Then it's this guy's turn. Does he repeat the save, or
I don't think
For
so.
entangle?
Entangle sucks.
I mean, he's restrained, so it's got to
It's just
account for
difficult
at least.
terrain now. That's it.
But he's
Creature- a
restrained.
creature, no, he's not restrained. A creature in the area must cast a spell. Must make a
What are you
save
talking about?
until the so it doesn't do it after the fact.
But
Creature
when does the
restrained.
restrained condition stop? Is what I'm wondering.
Oh, you're talking about the. Oh, sorry, I thought you meant the warrior.
No.
Can use his action to make a strength check again.
Oh, okay. Action. I mean, that doesn't restrain doesn't do anything for his. Oh, his attacks have disadvantage. But that doesn't do anything for spells he casts which need saves.
Correct.
So that's what he's gonna do. And you're right in range. So
I don't know. I think it should.
Oh my god, is he gonna pull him onto the vines?
It doesn't do anything after the fact.
So right, no, now it's just difficult terrain. So
Great if it did, though.
he is entangled in these vines. They're getting him from like the chest down, but he has his arms free, and so he reaches his hands out and says an arcane word, and fire, a gout of flame shoots out of his hand as he casts Burning Hands. I need a dex save from Squall.
Fucking damn it!
Wait, shouldn't you also be resistant to fire if you're made of water?
No,
Right?
I'm not made of
One would
water.
think.
It really only makes
That's
sense.
racist.
You can boil.
What's the racist part?
That you assumed I was made of water.
It didn't do a whole lot of damage, though. You're taking 9 fire damage.
I don't have a whole. I'm down.
Okay.
Oh, fuck.
So
So the spell, I think the spell's gone.
is it concentration based?
Of course it is.
Intake.
It's a druid spell.
Okay.
Come on, Nick.
Wherever Max is right now, her eye twitches.
Yeah.
All right. And then now that he is free, this wizard, he is going to move. Gosh, he doesn't want to go closer to the Irynyx. So I think he's probably going to stay where he is. Yeah, you just see him crouch down and start to peer into the holes on the side of the soulstone. On the side of the dais.
The
So that's
Leybridge
his
goes
turn.
slower than 50 miles an hour, then it'll explode.
All right, Arashka, you're up.
Okay. I also need to look for these stones. So, what would I need to do for that? Is that an action or a bonus or?
No. It's an action to interact with them, but I would say that just to like crouch down and look, you can see at least a couple of them from where you are. But you do
Couple
have
of
to
green-
crouch down. Yep.
Couple of green ones?
I'm going to put them on the map here for you. But these are the only ones that you can see are those two. There are more in between those two, but they're blue.
Okay. So I will move, and you said it's an interaction, or it's an action.
An action you can collect up to 3 that you're adjacent to, but you're only adjacent to the 1 right now. There you go.
All right.
Opportunity attack first.
He used it.
Oh no, he used it. Yep,
Absorbed it.
yep.
Yeah,
Never mind.
heroically, I might add.
All right, so you collect those.
Yep. 10.
All right, you reach your hands in and grasp those green soul stones and withdraw them.
And yeah, I'll make my way around here, and as I do, will I see any others?
Yes, you do see more.
Okay.
Bear with me as I slowly chug my way through this. There we go. These are the 3 that you can see now from where you are.
Okay. I guess I'll stop here. I will. Is it a free action to just throw them out of the building?
Sure, yeah. If you just want to yeet them over the side of the... Yeah, you can do that.
Do we?
Yeah.
Yeah, we do. We tested. I dropped acid on it. It's fine.
You tested the one that had been used after it had blown up a Leybridge. This is going to be the grenade scene from Jojo Rabbit all over again.
All right,
All right.
You
So I'm throwing both of those out the window, basically, and bonus action, I will once again heal my buddy.
Okay.
Hey, look, this time it's a legitimate 2.
Wait, did you heal me for 2?
No,
No,
it's
5.
a total of 5. Yeah.
The roll is 2.
All right, so Squall's back up. But I think this guy seeing... Gosh. He doesn't want to provoke 2 opportunity attacks. So he might just take the long way around. I think he will. And then dash. That's only going to get him there, but that's fine. Sword in hand, he's going to run to the other side of the soul stone, putting him there. And then out onto the landing with our 2 other warriors. They're both going to... Tig, you can spend your reaction to make that attack with your ready to action on that guy who engages you.
Okay.
It'd be there, actually.
Let's see. Reckless attack, obviously. Not even sure why I bother saying that.
Oh, God. 23 hits.
Can I tell which is his dominant hand?
Yeah, he's right-handed.
I want to ruin it.
Okay. I am swinging the Tetsubo to crush his left arm.
All right.
+2 plus Divine Fury. So 15.
Same thing. He goes down just like his buddy did.
Okay.
All right. And then the one that engaged you is going to make an attack against you. This is with advantage because of Reckless.
Yep.
It's a hit for 9 slashing.
Cool. 5 slashing. Got it.
Nice. And then that is it. So Irynyx, you're up.
Okay. I'm going to sprinkle a little dust into the siphon. I don't know. I haven't really described the mechanics of the cannon, and I guess it doesn't really matter.
I mean, you could throw out techno jargon, left and right, and that just could be part of the charm of it.
I think so. In any case,
I tweak the hyperbolic servos with the...
yeah, let's just say that this arcane shot being directed at the Mr. Guy.
A barrel.
Yeah. I'm going to level the barrel against the wizard.
Okay.
12.
So, all right, I'm going to remind everybody we have 1 inspiration available.
Yeah.
If you wanted to use it.
Well, 12 it does not connect.
No, it actually flashes and you see that he has mage armor active right now.
Bitch.
Wow, what a champ. Yeah, that's getting re-rolled then.
Okay.
I'm not going to need these. There we go.
17 hits.
All right, so we're going to get the arcane shot, and then the special dusting was the overclocked spell of divine favor for another D4 radiant.
You drop him.
I thought so. Yeah, that was bonus and full. And I will flutter along the ceiling. This dude in lined up.
All right.
So yeah, remember that ranged cannot do non-lethals.
Oh yeah, so he's gone. Let me just delete him.
Well, I mean, like I don't know if you want to do like death saves for every enemy or whatever, but yeah, I actually don't have the choice like the rest of them do.
Yep. No, that's fine.
Okay.
All right, Zephyr.
Okay, I think I'm just gonna slide up to Squall and cast Cure Wounds.
I'm sorry, Nick. Remember, I had +1 on the cannon, so would a 13 have hit him without?
No, 13.
No, it still wouldn't have. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
7 more to Squall. And then there's a big ruckus behind me, so I just kind of want to slide over here so I can see what Tig is dealing with. Yeesh. Okay. Yeah, I can't really do much more right now, but I'll just be in position to help.
Okay.
Is there a sensation as like they're tampering or removing the power source for this? The
I would say, yeah, you probably could feel like almost a shudder or whatever.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
as they're removing power sources from it.
Yeah.
It's not dramatic, and it doesn't like you don't feel like a weaker connection after it's done, but you can tell that something's happening.
Okay. Just curious.
Sir Lawrence, I was going to move him adjacent to Tig, but I think he knows his duty. He's gonna provoke an attack of opportunity from Tig.
What an idiot!
As he rushes through the room.
Okay. And you said he's dual wielding, so I'm going to go for the kneecap on this one. Try to stop him in his tracks.
Okay.
So.
Oh, I should also say his armor looks heavier than that of the warriors.
Yeah. Well, when I roll like that, doesn't matter terribly much anyway.
Yeah. He's able to stay just out of the reach of your Tetsubo, and he comes in here. He sees Irashka going after
Doesn't he
the...
technically take an attack of opportunity from Zephyr as well?
No, he's still in his 30 feet and
range.
still in her range, yep. But he sees Irashka going after the Soul Stone, so he is going to provoke an attack from both Zephyr and Squall to engage with Irashka.
I'm still prone, right? So that's a disadvantage.
Yeah, technically it would be.
Trip him up. Just extend your quarterstaff out.
I refuse his engagement, by the way.
He's fine.
Wow!
Hell yeah.
The 22 will hit.
Ruin this dude.
Technically, that's two-handed, right?
Yeah.
You tell me. I'm not the one wielding it.
Oh shit! How do I do it?
I thought quarterstaff was always two-handed.
I mean, if you don't have it, if you're not
Oh, there
doing
it goes.
anything
Oh, it
else.
did it. Yeah, 10.
Yeah, just the sides.
10. Okay.
So Warcaster, I can cast any spell that's one action as a reaction. Is the opportunity?
Well, as long as it only targets him. But yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Zephyr's gonna clutch your medallion and be like, "Imik, I hope this is what you wanted," and cast guiding bolt on him as he runs by.
Nice.
I'll ask again. Are we the baddies?
That's 17 to hit.
17 misses.
Ow.
I guess Imik did not want that to happen.
The guiding bolt streaks between Irashka and Sir Lawrence, and he leans back a little bit.
Reconsiders his cavalier attitude in front of him.
But yeah, he's brandishing his long sword and his short sword, and he is prepared to use them. The acolyte is going to move in to the landing here. She doesn't have quite the fervor of Sir Lawrence. I don't think she's going to cross Tig's area of threat. So let me look at what spells she has. Yeah, okay. She's gonna, well, she can't see anyone else. So she's gonna cast Bless on herself and the warrior. And then that is her turn. So Tig, you are up next.
Okay.
Swing batter.
What was that?
Swing batter.
Keep guarding the door or go after Sir Lawrence? That's the question.
That other door is technically open. So I should open.
Yeah, Sir Lawrence has pissed me off. So I am going to take attack of opportunity to get in here.
Okay. And it's blessed.
It has advantage because I'm going to be doing reckless attack.
Right, okay. Well, it hits. I rolled the same thing twice and they're both high. For 9 slashing.
Cool. Okay. So yeah. I am going for the legs on Sir Lawrence again. Actually, no. I'm going to pick up, since I'm charging in, I'm going to pick up the Tetsubo like a battering ram right into the solar plexus.
Nice.
Yeah, at least I hope.
God,
Yeah.
God, Captain Corner Pocket.
That'll do it.
Okay. So 11, 13 doubled. So 26.
He's bloodied. There's a crunch as his armor dents from the force of the Tetsubo. The air is blasted from his lungs, and he spits blood out, but he's still standing.
He's still standing. Yeah.
Anything else, Tig?
Nope, that's my turn.
All right, Squall.
So it's half my move to stand up, right?
Yes.
Okay, I will stand, and I will, I will cast. I will cast Drought Tree on this space.
I'm sorry, ping one more time for me.
On Sir Lawrence's space.
Lawrence.
Okay. So he makes a dex save.
Dex save, or he is launched 20 foot into the air as a 20-foot tall tree grows underneath him.
All right, well, that's going to pierce through the ceiling.
Would that count as like reverse falling damage?
I mean, what happens after the tree sprouts?
It stays there.
Oh, it does? Oh, because if it just disappeared, then he would just get dropped.
No, he'll be 20 foot in the air.
Well, he succeeded the save.
Oh, you son of a bitch. Right, so he can move 5 foot to any occupied space of his choice.
So it's a willing move.
I think he has to.
I think he has to move unless there's no space to go.
Okay. All right, yeah, he'll move there. But that's what I mean, like, oh yeah, so if it's unwilling, he could move. He can move without provoking attacks of opportunity if it's an unwilling move.
Yeah.
So then he'll go there.
Okay. And there's a tree in this spot now.
Yeah.
Yes.
AC 13 and 50 hit points and provides half cover.
Oh, nice. So he has half cover from.
Oh, no.
From what angle?
So half
That's right,
cover
from
to creatures in the branches.
Oh, okay. So nothing then.
Yeah.
Which is
Three-quarters cover from anything attacks originating from the other side of its trunk.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Interesting.
That's one of those.
I had terrible
that's one of
choices.
the Genasi.
I had like ice knife, which would have exploded and hit Arushka and Tig. So.
Couldn't you throw it past him? Or no, it's at a radius around the target.
Yeah, you target someone with it.
Yeah.
All right. Is that your turn then, Squall?
I will back up. 10.
All right. Irynyx's up.
You're just going to provoke a save. You can't still stay lying down. You don't need to stand up, right?
No,
True. That's true. He could have just.
I wanted to get up.
I'm just gonna lay here.
All right. So action. We're gonna take these. Let
Okay.
me get my color back. I look at this guy and I say, "Sir Lawrence, eh?"
What are you doing?
Yeah.
Speed dating?
And then what?
And then I look over at this guy and I say, "Yeah, do these look like normal soul crystals to you?" And I will, free object interaction, toss them out.
I'm going to give him a dex save. How about you do an athletics check just for one of them to see if he can stop one of them from going? Because he would try.
Athletics or acrobatics to like throw it between his legs or whatnot?
And that would be athletics.
Athletics?
Yep.
That's not bad.
Okay. He's able to stop one and it lands at his feet, but the other one goes flying over his head.
Bust.
Oh, so you want to keep these horrible ones? Yeah, that's what I thought.
Do we?
Let's see, I've got a bonus action. Do we? I don't know.
You have a tail prepped?
Yeah, that's what I was just about to do.
Oh, okay.
Do a tail. Or to prep a tail, because it's an action to actually use it. But I may as well.
Ooh.
Oh, that's nice.
Nice.
That's really cool.
Mm-hmm. All right, you gonna move?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Just to there? Okay.
Here go my line spells.
Line spells. I was just sitting there thinking that. Take the shot.
I needed to get to the green things. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So this warrior closes the distance with Irynyx. He's gonna make a longsword attack. Irynyx ACE 13. He hits for 12.
Yeah, this probably isn't going to go well for me. I'm bloodied.
But that is his turn, so Irynyx is up next.
Okay. Tree is doing nothing. It's not providing cover or whatever. Okay.
No.
Not for any of your targets.
Yeah. That's what I was making sure of. Okay. Level to cannon. They should have a +1 behind it. Oh.
Who are you firing at?
Sorry, at Lawrence.
Okay, that hits.
Hooray. Okay. So cannon damage and then divine damage. Up with another d4. Total of 12.
All right. He drops his cool for a moment at the sound of that cannon firing and seeing it like pointed at him. But he shrugs the hit off. Still bloodied, still standing.
I mean, that's what I've got. I do not have my homunculus out, so I cannot follow that up with another attack. So that's all from me.
All right. Zephyr. Oh, I'm sorry. Hang on.
Actually, sorry. I will fly out
go ahead.
to get yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. If she's gonna just keep throwing crystals, I'll try and catch them. Maybe.
Sure. After you finish your turn, I forgot about the second warrior, so I'm going to take his turn now real quick.
Yeah.
And he's going to rush up to Zephyr and attack. And he is blessed. Oh, that's the attack. I was waiting for it to show up, and it did. I need to roll that blessed die. Because it's close. It hits for 11 slashing.
Ouch.
Okay, now go ahead, Zephyr. Now that I've hit you, now you can go.
Now it's fair.
Now we
Yep.
can carry
Now
on with
it's
business.
fair.
Okay. This has become serious, so I'm gonna go ahead and summon my spiritual weapon, Irynyx weapon. So let's go ahead and cast the old spiritual weapon.
Oh, hell yeah.
Ooh. And I'm positioning it like right there because I'm trying to attack that guard with it. So yeah, that's 12, I guess.
I guess.
Yep, that looks like a 12. He is bloodied.
Fine. So right after the blade hits him, I'll follow up with Ye Olde Toll the Dead. So
Nice.
that'll just be the sound of bells chiming right after that. Cast yes.
Wisdom save. Okay.
Or
one damage.
one.
He failed the save, and he drops.
Just needed that bell.
Yeah.
He didn't know it was over until that.
Yeah, right.
It calls for more cowbell. Yep.
I think I'm gonna stay where I'm at because I need this showdown with that priest over there. So yeah, I'm good.
Nice. All right, Lawrence's turn. He's not backing down. He's going to swing at
Yeah.
Arashka.
I think Arashka's just going to turn and just say, yeah, go for it. You want to destroy your country, sure. And yeah, he can have advantage on his attack. Go for it.
Oh, all right. Well, so the first longsword attack made with advantage. That's a hit for 10 slashing.
I'm down.
Okay. Then he's going to. All right, so he downed Arashka. And he's going to turn and look at Squall and Zephyr and Tig. And he's like, "You willing to call it off yet?"
That's adorable.
All right, then he's going to move up to Tig and make a longsword attack.
He has advantage.
Okay.
Reckless attack this turn.
Right, yeah. Tig, well, he misses your AC of 15, but then his bonus action, he's going to attack with his short sword. That one hits for 6 piercing.
Cool. 3 piercing. Got it.
And then the Acolyte. Here's what's going on. And she looks at Zephyr. And she's like, "Things aren't going well. We don't have to do this."
There are things beyond what you can understand happening here.
And she's like, "I could say the same for you." And then she's going to move so that she can see Lawrence. And she's going to cast Healing Word. Nice. So he gets a little bit back.
Kind of early to call for it.
I'm joking.
And that was only
The building.
15 feet of her movement, so she's going to move 15 feet back up since the spiritual weapon doesn't get attacks opportunity. And she is going to cast on Zephyr. Let me look at her cantrips again. Oh, there she is. Sacred Flame. So I need a dexterity saving throw, Zephyr. Ooh. So that's going to be radiant damage of 4.
Forward.
Okay. Bloodied.
Okay.
And that's her turn. So Tig is up.
Okay. Yeah, I am baseball bat swinging this Tetsubo right into Sir Lawrence's hips. Oh. Come on. 19.
You would hit, but he uses his reaction to parry it away.
No, he's got 2 weapons for a reason.
It's
Huh?
not a battle master. That's just an enemy feature.
He's dual. He's got dual wielder or whatever.
Yeah. That's all I can do.
All right, Squall.
I'm going to cast. It's pretty bad. I'm going to cast Thorn Whip on Sir Lawrence.
Oh, deck save.
It's just an attack.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. It's an attack. Yep, 15 misses.
You're doing secret death saves, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Oh,
Right.
yeah. Yep. Thank you for the
I
reminder.
mean, like coming up.
Yes.
I'll move that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's me.
All right, Arashka, I'm going to roll your death save in secret.
Do you want me to roll it? Whisper
I
to
rolled
you,
it.
so at least I
rolled
know what it is? Okay.
No, you don't know. You're unconscious.
Yeah, but I wouldn't be able to tell anyone else.
I mean, that's true too. All right, the warrior's up. Irynyx, you are 5 feet off the balcony like that? Or are you
Yeah.
still in the air?
I'm hovering like around the perimeter.
Okay, then he can't get at you. So he saw Squall disappear around the side, so he's going to go after Squall. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. That's enough to do it.
Hi.
Hi! Longsword. That's a hit. For 7.
For fuck's sake.
And then that's his turn. So Irynyx is up.
Blooded.
Yeah, duck in medicine.
Yeah, so that's a free action to do that. She has 1 success.
Oh, okay. Well, I wanted to stabilize her.
Oh, you want to stabilize her? She's stabilized.
Oh, great. Okay. Is that even a check, actually? Like, I don't remember it.
I think it's
I think it's a
10.
Okay.
I think.
Yeah. Well, okay then.
Wait, do you have a medical kit?
I believe so, but I don't have the healer feat, so I can't. Like, healer kit, I think, is just stabilizing her.
I'm going to say, yeah, you stabilize her with that roll. I'll check it after the session. But that's
Medicine skill says to stable. It doesn't mention having a kit.
I think
Yeah,
you
no,
need
the medicine skill is like generically useless. Because you can, if you have a kit, you just like succeed on the check. But I don't think it doesn't heal her.
It doesn't
like,
heal,
It
no.
doesn't ready. You don't bring her up or anything.
you need the healer feat to actually.
Yeah.
heal the kit.
Like last time.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah. Well, okay. She's not bleeding out at least.
Right.
And that's it for me.
Okay. Also, as a reminder too about the secret death saves is that I do have the rule where if you're within 5 feet and you're proficient in medicine, you can see the death save count as a free action.
So what? Sorry, what did you say that she had? 1 success.
She
or
had 1 success. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, wasted action then.
Zephyr, you're up.
I'm just kidding, Justin.
Okay. I assume these squares are like not traversable. That's actually on the
Correct.
thing. Okay.
Correct.
I think Zephyr is gonna do the heroic thing and run in there
Ooh.
and cast Cure Wounds on at 2nd level on Arashka.
Nice.
And since I'm Grave Cleric, I get and she's at 0, then it's
Maximum
full
roll.
dice. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know how to do full dice, so I'll just
Well, I mean, it's
Fine,
2d8.
16.
So, yeah.
16.
yeah.
plus
It's
whatever.
2d8 plus 3, so I'll just cast it here to use the spell slot, but...
Sure. Yep, that's 19 back to Arashka.
Yeah, 19.
Nice, almost at full.
And I still got my bonus action, so I'm going to move it over right next to this guy, right there.
Sure. Okay.
And take a swing at him as well. Let's do that. Cast. That's 14 to hit.
14 misses.
Yeah, that's about all I can do.
Okay. I think Lawrence likes Zephyr as a target better than Tig. Also, because Zephyr moved there, now there is you guys both have flanking bonuses to attack Lawrence from your current position. So the spiritual weapon would have gotten it, but you get +2 to your attacks. Which I'm thinking about changing that and just going to the DMG optional rule, but we'll talk about that later. So he's going to swing at Zephyr, the longsword attack, which misses your AC, but the second one hits for 11 slashing.
Zephyr's down.
And then he's going to turn around and stab with his short sword at Tig. But he misses.
Okay.
And then the Acolyte's going to run in 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Can't quite reach. But she sees that Zephyr's down, so she's going to dash to close the distance, staying adjacent to Lawrence, but away from Tig. And then she's going to cast Cure Wounds.
On Lawrence?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not on Zephyr?
Yeah,
They
thought
are
they had a
friends
bond.
and everything.
I thought
but-
they had a bond.
Thought we had a moment there.
Dave, did you go down, or you just said you got bloodied?
I'm blooded.
That's all. Okay. You're up. That's just what
He's up, yeah.
Sure.
So new round, Tig's turn.
Yeah, second verse, same as the first. There's not much I can do other than this.
I mean, you down 2 guys in 1 hit. That's pretty. There you go. That'll do it. That's a hit.
Okay. So 13 damage.
Wow. He's still up though.
And
Oh, I put it on you. Sorry. Let me take that damage off of you. Put it on him.
Cheater.
Isn't that how we
he's
play
still up.
D&D?
He just puts the damage on other people.
Yeah,
That's how he
exactly.
does.
how it is.
Yeah, just move it around.
All
Yep.
right.
That's my turn.
Squall.
Actually,
Oh, yeah.
no, never mind.
Okay.
That's it.
I hit this guy with quarter staff.
Nice.
I failed.
Ooh, you do not.
He just bats it out of the way.
Ugh.
Arashka.
Okay. Well, first of all, someone is down, so I should do something about that. I'd love to use this, but I think what we're going to do is a... Oh, no, that's not as good as I was hoping it was going to be. Ignore that.
Okay.
So we are going to do a start off with a second level healing word on our
See?
cleric.
Okay.
Actual action will be to do a I guess to stay in character, yeah, she's gonna crawl to the floor, along the floor, grab this and toss it out. If there's another one nearby, she'll do the same thing.
Well, it's an action to pull them out. So unfortunately, other than positioning yourself, you can't retrieve them.
Well, I'm saying if if there was more within reach now that I moved.
Oh, I see. All right, hang on. Yeah, there are more. Just bear with me. There we go. Yeah, you are in range of 3 of them right now, so you can get maximum efficiency for that action next round.
Oh yeah, it's an action. Gotcha.
Yep.
Wait, no, isn't that my action though? To do that?
Your action was Cure Wounds.
No, that's Healing Word, bonus action.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you said Cure Wounds. All right, yeah, then yeah, you pull all 3 out.
Can hear her muttering under her breath after each one she pulls out.
All right. Okay. So it is the warrior's turn. Yeah, he's gonna attack Squall. But he misses. This is the one squad over here. You and him. Crit miss, crit miss. They can't see us now, so that you guys are just like pretending to fight, making noise. I'm really tired. I don't know about you. All right. Anyway, he's going to move and provoke an attack of opportunity to then engage Irashka.
I refuse his engagement.
I will smack him.
Yeah, that'll do it. Good job.
For 8.
8. He's bloodied. He's berating himself for moving.
Yeah, you dumbass.
All right, Irynyx.
Butter over the crystal arrangement.
Mm-hmm.
This does not have to go this way. Leveling the gun at the cleric.
Oh, okay.
But looking at Lawrence.
Sure.
Any reaction?
Oh, he doesn't say anything. He's gritting his teeth, and you get the sense he's committed.
Life does not have to be cheap.
14
up
hits.
to the cleric. Okay.
Nice.
For 9 plus... why is this a separate function? Get 10. Hit double digits.
She's bloodied.
All right.
Get to make that concentration check.
Is she concentrating on something?
Oh, yeah, she has Bless up still. You're right.
Not anymore, she don't.
Well, we'll see. DC 10. Yep, it's gone.
Yeah. Okay. That's it for me.
Okay. Zephyr.
I'm gonna start off with spiritual weapon on this guy.
Okay.
Bonus action. That is crit. 19 damage.
Your spiritual weapon runs him through.
Yay.
He is out of the fight.
Okay. Let's see. That was my bonus action. I think I'll use my action to try to convince this cleric to stand down.
Okay.
Clearly it's over. We don't need any more bloodshed. Let's end it now.
Roll me a persuasion check.
Sure, this will go well.
Cleric to cleric.
Nope.
Let's talk.
7.
Cleric to cleric, your god sucks.
Yeah. Gotta get up on the best foot earlier.
My god can beat up your god.
Her response to Zephyr is, at this point, there's no other way out of this for me. Is that your turn?
Why don't you just tell us?
All right. She is going to... She's going to swing with her mace at Zephyr.
Cleric fight.
Cleric fight! That's a hit for 5 bludgeoning.
Oh boy. Okay.
Hey, I bought you around.
I'm still up. Yep.
And then that's her turn. She's down. That's just well, no, she'll healing word the warrior.
No.
What is your fucking problem?
He's no longer bloodied. That's his turn. Tig, you're up. Or her turn, rather.
Okay. Well, I am going to... yeah, I'm still raging. I'm still pissed off. So I'm gonna try to take her out of the fight. So why is it not letting me move my token?
Are you underneath?
Oh, because you're underneath the spiritual weapon. That's probably what's going on.
It doesn't look like it. I'll put you to front though. There you go.
Okay, it's just I think mine's frozen because it still shows me up up above Sir Lawrence.
Right now, you're between Irynyx and the Acolyte.
Okay, that's where I mean to be.
Okay.
So yeah, I am going to make my attack.
Entropy Freak in chat with the rhyme callback. Maybe Zephyr needs ball bearings to make for things to work out better. 20 hits.
Okay. I am aiming for her right shoulder. And +2. So 16.
Non-lethal?
Yeah.
Okay. It's a good thing you specified, because even if I was doing death saves, that was enough to kill her outright. But no, she is... much like with the warrior, there's a loud crunch, and she crumples to the floor.
That crunch is music to my ears.
I'm like still trying to reason with her, and it's just lights out.
You can reason with her when she regains consciousness.
Anything else from you, Tig?
Nope.
Okay. Squall.
I yell at the warrior to yield.
He says, never! Ooh.
Please fail, please fail, please fail.
He failed.
I move him 20 feet to the right.
Yeah!
Well, wait.
Roll the 2d6 fall damage for me. Oh, well, he's bloodied.
So which ankle did he roll?
All right. Well, that's all the combatants on this floor, and in general. As the warrior tumbles over the railing and falls to the ground below, you hear him smack into the earth, and he shrieks in pain. I'm going to just end combat, remove the turns there, end the initiative.
I was thinking about going to the balcony and casting Sprout Tree underneath him to bring him back up.
I'm sorry. Let me help you back up.
Sorry, that was mean. Come back.
Right as Squall was doing that, the guy who was speaking to Irashka comes rushing in, and he's got a dagger in his hand. And he looks at everything, And he's like, ugh.
Have I missed the
And
battle?
he puts the dagger back into his belt. And he's like, wow. Oh God. All right, what are you guys doing?
I don't know. I can't see him. I'm still behind the.
Oh, sure.
thing
Yeah,
here, crouched down.
Can't
So
see
yeah,
him
I'm
right
still.
now.
I'm not even sure if the battle is still going on. So I'm just still grabbing more of those green things. So.
Yeah, I'll just reveal them all. There's 5 more. And yeah, you can.
Wait, so they were all green, and they know that green ones are different, and they were still using them.
I think they're in on the plan.
What plan? There's no rule that says I can't be argumentative with the other PCs.
Yet.
Yet.
We're gonna need a long talk after this, and I'm just gonna search the cleric's prone form for that book.
Tig's rage ends, and he looks over at Zephyr. Man, why'd you have to kill the guy?
I don't know. I think it was Irynyx's will in this case. At least I hope so.
Spiritual weapon, wasn't it? It was a spiritual weapon.
Yeah, it was the spiritual weapon. Yep.
There's not even any
Oh, your
fingerprints
guiding
on
bolt
that
didn't
spiritual
work.
weapon. That'll never hold up in a court of law that you didn't.
Tig looks resigned. Ugh.
It's not concentration, so it doesn't count as being my guilt. It's not concentration, it doesn't count.
Real quick, Arashka, were you the 5 remaining gems or soul stones? Were you throwing them over the side as well?
Well, if I'm not hearing the pitch sounds of battle, no, I'm just taking them out.
Okay, all right. Zephyr, you find the book, and it's. I'll have to get a title for you in a second, but it's not related to the Church of the Divine Engine. So I will get back.
Interesting.
Okay. I would like to point out that the stones were tossed out of here where there's that other dude.
I mean, you don't have to point everything out, but yeah, you're right.
What's he gonna do? What does this dude do with the cannon leveled at him?
Oh yeah, if you point the cannon at him when he comes in.
No interaction with this dude. Yeah.
Before, instead of putting the dagger in his belt, he drops it on the floor and he puts his hands up. And he's like, no, please. And he's like, Arashka, is she here? Is she up here?
Here.
Around the corner. No thanks to whoever the Fulcrum are.
All right.
You with him?
Finally stand up.
Sure.
I don't know. I got proned, okay?
Yep.
Tig is going to go over and yell over the ledge at the guy down there. Stay there. I don't want to have to come down and make sure you can't run.
He's hobbling around and collecting the green stones, and he looks up and he just flicks Tig off, and he keeps collecting them.
Then I jump down there.
Yeah, get him. Get his ass.
All right, roll 2d6.
So I am going to rage as I go down again. So that way...
Angry fall.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
So I take 2. And yeah, I'm going to, on my way down, try to bring down Tetsubo on him.
Just in case Max is watching, try a plunging attack.
Plunging attack, yep.
Get the effectiveness. Assuming you hit.
I don't think this could be non-lethal.
No, well, the 400-pound robot jumped 2 stories.
Yeah. I'm just gonna put him in the ground like a nail.
Yeah, you down him. He's vertical 1 second and then horizontal the next. There's no like the frames between that are missing. He just
And Tig immediately drops the rage. Damn it, look what you made me do.
Someone needs to explain now
Yeah, are you with Fulcrum?
And he's like, no, I'm not.
Why are you here?
And he looks at Erashka, and he has this look on his face like, do I tell them?
Yeah, you tell them.
He's like,
without an explanation, I think this guy is another combatant. DMs say, yeah.
Are you saying you want to shoot him before he has a chance to answer?
No. If he's not going to give an explanation,
Suspicious.
Yeah. No, he looked to Erashka for clearance, and she said, yeah. So he's like, I'm part of a group from the Underdark. We call ourselves Clear Sky. He's like, people from our group have come up to the Seven Realms over the course of the last few months, conducting various types of research on Leybridges. Erashka helped us, but probably not to the degree that she understood exactly what was going on. Hell, I don't understand exactly what was going on. She conducted some research for us.
I don't want to know what she did. I want to know what you did.
No, I would like to know what she did as well.
I'll have her tell you that, but for my part, I came up here with a group under the command of Merrick, and we were to infiltrate Grixbyrg, posing as soldiers of the Fulcrum, and to take the research that has been conducted on Leybridges and see what we could do to... I don't know what it was for. I told Erashka earlier, and he's like, they don't... I'm no one. They don't tell me everything. Squall, you believe him. He's like, Merrick was in charge. He was the only one who knew every side of the plan. All I knew was that we were to pose as soldiers and keep anyone from the Seven Realms from tampering with it.
What was Sir Lawrence's part in all of this?
I've never met him before. I've never seen him before. All I know is that he arrived and he knew what we were doing.
So did you have something to do with what happened in Rockwing then? The falling tower?
I've never been to that city.
Presumably this was a different sale.
Maybe not you, but others like you.
If they have, I didn't hear of it. He's like, but honestly, that's a 50-50 shot at this point. He's like, the green soul stones, I don't know any details about those. I think that Merrick brought them with us. I never saw them before they were installed here.
What do they do?
I don't know. All I know is
you don't know what they do. How do you know that they further your aims?
Because that's what Merrick said they were for. He said that they were for us and that after they were installed, we couldn't let anyone take them out. He said it would take a while.
Where is Merrick now?
At Broadstone Prison.
What?
He was captured. When Sir Talik got wise to what we were doing, he sent Merrick and over half of those that came with us to Broadstone.
I start fumbling with my mouse to see if I've got one from Broadstone Prison.
Yes, I'll move us to the regional.
Yeah. So Sir Talik was actually acting in the best interests of Fulcrum, to the best of my understanding. And now he's got this. Now he's got the Seekers looking for him, right? Is that what they're called? Seekers?
Yes, Seekers.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. Okay, cool. Thanks for the ping.
Mm-hmm.
Erashka just looks exhausted. She'll say, my part in all this was that it was supposed to help our ley lines down below. The research I was supposed to do was to help enhance our magic. It was research. And as soon as I got done, frickin' tower fell down. So it seemed mighty convenient timing-wise. Ugh, I'm such an idiot.
So Tig comes up the stairs holding all the soul stones that were tossed out the window. So, somebody want these? His lower half is pretty much covered in blood, by the way.
I open up the bag of holding.
Drop them in.
Presumably these are not dangerous at some critical mass.
How many were there total?
12.
12?
Yeah.
So we found 2 remnants at the other site.
Yep.
Are they the same? Do they look the same or do they look different?
The ones from the tower, yeah, if you were to hold them side by side, the ones from the tower are of a dimmer color. But yes, they're the same shade of green. Sorry, a dimmer light.
These green gems, what are they supposed to do? What do they do to the souls that are already in these gems?
I don't know. I've never even seen a soul stone before we came up here, let alone interacted with these.
Seems like that would be important to know. At least from my perspective.
In them.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Demir. If you don't know how this was supposed to help the Underdark, I don't know why. Why would you go along with this?
Their organisation is called Clear Skies. I think that's a very telling message.
There are no skies in the Underdark.
Tig's just watching this and trying to keep up.
But the skies up here are very crowded.
I think there's still a lot we have to talk about. I don't understand
Did you know
half or most of this.
When you helped them, Areshka?
I'm sorry, what?
Did you know what they were called? The organisation was called when you agreed to help them?
I don't know. Did I? I'll say
That's you.
I'll say yes. I did know, but that's not. They told me this was just research. They more went by like a symbol, not a name necessarily.
He goes, Arashka, you're not going to turn me in, are you? He's like, if you're still here, that means your father's still here. Is there any way that he might be able to make sure that none of this comes back to me?
What?
Pull a cannon at him.
To you? What's it going to do to all of us? And I mean, what's it look like we did here? Great, another person from the Underdark just walked into a tower and took out all the guards.
He's like, well, then let me help then.
You don't seem very helpful.
What was that?
He doesn't seem very helpful, I say. You don't seem very helpful.
And he's like, I'm not. He motions to the bodies. He's like, not with that. But I have experience finding stuff out.
No, you don't. You couldn't even discover the purpose of your own mission, beyond the dogmatic assumption that it would be of assistance to. Don't try to fool me.
I mean, didn't you think at all when the tower fell?
Don't you even start. Research assisting your cause? Cause of what? Why can it not be conducted below ground? These are terroristic aims.
No, because the Leybridges work on a different method than the ley lines below. The more we know about them, the more that we might be able to do below.
And you thought that secretly tampering with them produce viable test results?
I didn't tamper with anything.
Perhaps not.
We definitely need to talk more, but I'm not sure how much longer we can stay here.
I don't know what I want to do with this one.
With which one?
I point at the Demir, is it?
Yeah, Demir.
Cast a narrow net, friend.
We can't. Oh, it's so infuriating.
I will fess up to whatever I did. This is not what I signed up for.
Ignorance is too convenient.
I'm not asking for forgiveness.
How many of the people are alive?
I think two warriors and the acolyte.
Right. So these bridges have to be charged, but all of the people that are remaining are Clear Skies people.
Are they?
I'm assuming. Which acolyte is alive? The one that was doing the healing, or the one that was doing the
It was just the one.
No, but which one? Because there was one in the room when we started, right?
Oh yeah, no,
It was like a
wizard's
mage.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
The wizard's dead.
No, he is very good.
dead.
Yeah. Unfortunately, he's the one that probably knows the most about everything.
Considering that, I guess I would scope out his robes and see if he had anything. Or his quarters.
Oh, sure.
I mean, if he was, in fact, in charge of maintenance stuff.
On his person...
Mm-hmm.
on his person, you just find a spell focus, a wand, and a dagger.
Lady Jacqueline's Seekers, are they with you or are they with the people that run the tower normally?
You're asking Demir that?
Yeah.
He's like, she's from the Fulcrum. If she's part of Clear Sky, then no one made any indication.
Well, they've demonstrated that they work in separate cells. We can't assume that they recognize one another.
That's true.
What happens if this bridge doesn't get recharged?
Are you asking
this bridge is fine, right?
Yeah, if you're...
No,
so here's the thing.
It's
There's
fine now, but if there's nobody left that's gonna actively maintain it, what happens?
Well, we just gave it 4 souls, so...
Are you asking that out loud, or are you asking on a meta level?
Yeah,
okay.
I mean, I don't think Squall would know, so I think
Sure.
they're not asking out loud.
Demir looks around at everyone else. Well, Tig would know that word would have to be sent back to the Fulcrum to get it remanned.
I'll let everybody know that.
Right, but how long would that take?
If you go directly to the Fulcrum, it would take a 10-day.
Right,
if you
don't know, what we don't know what happens if this thing loses its charge. What
So there were 12 of the green stones in there, but that dais is full of those sockets.
Blue ones,
and
yeah.
all the other ones are full of the small soul stones. So the 12 is that's less than, I'd say it's probably about maybe 15% of all the soul stones in the thing, which is still a significant amount, but
Hmm.
I think as they're talking, Zephyr is going to go to the people who are dead and quietly pray over their bodies so that only I can hear that I'm praying to Imik for those souls to follow him and not go into the soul gems.
Nice.
Meanwhile, I'm taking.
I don't necessarily. I don't necessarily expect it to work, but she's doing her best to try to stop the souls from being captured.
Right. Josh, you said I'm sorry, I missed what you said.
I put it in the chat, but I'm taking shit off of all the bodies, conscious and dead. Doesn't matter.
Sure. Okay. I mean, the warriors had chain shirts and long swords. Sir Lawrence had half plate and a long sword and a short sword. That's pretty much all. Oh, go ahead.
Okay. I was just gonna say I'm just piling it up. It's
sure.
Yeah. I don't know if any of this is important, but it's what they had on them.
Look, you guys can do whatever you want with me. I'm ceding control. If you want to bring me in, I'm fine. That's your choice.
I'm not really worrying too much about that now. I want to know what happens when this thing runs out.
If the Soulstone... I mean, the Soulstone absorbs souls from everywhere on the island.
Yeah, there's two Leybridges.
Right?
Not from everywhere, but from... they have a pretty
from
wide
a
range.
significant region, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I would say that someone with like Tig's experience probably wouldn't be worried about it just losing charge anytime soon.
Yeah, I think that, with the remaining crystals and constant recharge, I think we should be fine with it. I mean, we should definitely notify somebody smarter than us.
This one needs to go to prison or be taken before authorities. This one, pointing at Demir. But we've got to go back to the Broken Tower. We're not getting back to Stag Hollow. I don't really want to take him with. What do you suggest we do with you?
Let me atone for the part I played in all this. Let me help you.
You don't even know what you did.
That's true.
What was the name of the prison?
Broadstone.
Is it even on this island?
I added it to the map.
Okay.
South.
It's in the
east of
east of the Heartwood. Yeah.
Yep. I mean, sounds like you might have information at Broadstone anyway.
Right, but we've got no authority to. We've just seen what happens when we bandy about the word of the king. Nothing happens. So.
Oh no, these people had a concerted interest in
Lawrence wasn't one of them.
denying our claims.
Lawrence wasn't one of them, and. Oh wait, was he?
Lawrence was one of them.
Yeah.
It certainly seemed like he was.
He was working with the cell.
He was trying to protect and points at the green soul stone.
Jacqueline is as well.
It does not.
She went out on his orders, right?
Yep. It's all one big mess. So yeah, Sir Tulloch, who actually is probably a fine fellow all on his own, is now being hunted. Rashka's just sitting with her back to the wall, and just her head is in her hands, and It's like she's sort of given up.
Well, I think since we need to think on this some more, and we're at 11 o'clock, I think that's where we'll call it for this session.
Can I do just one last thing before we close?
Of course.
It's just quick.
Stab Demir in the neck.
Yeah, I'm just gonna have my spiritual weapon just cleave him in it. No, I'm gonna wander over to the window, away from everyone, and kind of still deep in thought at what happened. Have one of my private conversations with Irynyx and just say, I don't understand. If this was just regular people doing this, then why is it part of your vision? Is this really what you want? And that's it.
All right.
Right.
So thank you so much for joining us tonight for episode 4 of The Skies of ARDATHAS. We'll be back next Tuesday at 7 p.m. Central for episode 5, where we'll be joined again, hopefully by Max.
Hey.
So we'll see you all in a week.
Bye.